All right, and now we are in the actual stream.
Technically live while I wipe a giant puddle off my...
Yeah, Sam's little kitten, came over and decided to spill a full glass of water all over her desk and keyboard. So that's currently happening. But
Coming to you
hello,
live puddle.
hello all who have joined us here for our 10,000 subscriber celebratory stream. This is a big one. We stopped doing as many milestone celebration stuff, but this one deserved something big. And so in line with our current celebration of a very specific piece of media, we are going to be playing some Hiveswap Friendsim today. And for those who are unaware, Hiveswap is a video game that is loosely based slash related to a a webcomic called Homestuck, which Sam did a very wonderful video about in our most recent... well, actually, no, the Arcana analysis that released today is our most recent. But Sam put out a very wonderful video on Homestuck talking about it, so if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's very good.
Thank you for hyping me up while I clean.
No worries. And so this is a game... this is a spin-off game that is a spin-off of the spin-off game. Hiveswap was a game that they made that is loosely based slash related to Homestuck. Features a lot of the
universe.
Yeah, exactly. It takes place in the same universe. It has some relation to some of the characters, but for the most part, it is its own entity. And well, Friendsim here is it's exactly as the name entails. It is a dating sim, but instead of dating, you are out there trying to make some friends. So that is our goal for today, is to get out there and make some friends. And which friends we are going to make is actually up to you guys. There is a poll that has been linked in the description of this live stream, and you guys can go and vote on which of the routes in this game you would like us to do. There's a few special additions to that poll that we will explore if you guys vote for them. And yeah, we're going to be doing fully voiced routes here. Sam and I are going to be using our beautiful dulcet tones to give you some mediocre voice acting. So if you like that, please go ahead and tell us in the chat. And yeah, overall, this is a huge celebration because we are honored and really just so lucky to have gotten this kind of support for our channel. It means a lot to us. And I from the bottom of my heart, when we started this channel, we thought it was going to be a very small thing. I remember when we got 100 subscribers, and that was a crazy thing in my mind. So the fact that we are now here with 100 times that, baffling to me.
Do you want to know what I remember most about when we started the channel?
What do you remember most?
I remember sitting down and being like, all right, now, Kyle, this is all very exciting and all, but you need to remember that at some point, people are going to be really mean to us on the internet.
What? On the internet? I don't believe it.
And, okay, I think I'm all cleaned up here.
All right, perfect.
Wait, hold on. I just stepped in a puddle.
Never mind. Sam is in a Louisiana-esque bog right now. She has swamp water up to her ankles. Those are the trials and tribulations of living with a cat, though. You wake up, you leave a room, and then everything you love and hold dear has just been shattered. These little guys they're adorable, and I love them, but they're also nasty little pranksters in their own right.
Okay. All right.
Goo?
Yes.
We are
debatably.
Now DeBaby? I love that dude. I've never listened to
All right, let me pull up our little voting.
Our handy dandy poll.
The good news is all of my water has been spilled, so now I'm left with only the wine. Perfect. Luckily, she did not spill the wine.
Much worse if there was wine all over your desk and carpet.
I don't have carpet, I have wood floors, thankfully.
Oh, thank God. That would have been nightmarish.
Love
Who
kittens.
is our first up to bat in this
Well, I believe
exploration?
Chixie is first because,
Chixie's a fan fave.
yeah, Chixie. Oh my god.
What happened?
Listen, we have two front runners that we can decide to do first.
Okay.
So we can either go Chixie or we can go Zebra.
I think we should do Chixie first because that'll be a nice starter, and then we will. I think we have to just slam on in and remind everyone that trolls are awful with Zebra Kodak, my
Let's go
favorite
for it.
character. All right, sweet. This will be good too because in my where's the in my friends list here, I have every single achievement except for one Chixie one. Oh, we probably should have discussed this off the air, but this will be good to get into the semantics of this game because there are quite a few different routes. Naturally, this is a dating sim. How would we like to handle the unpredictable nature of this game? Because I do not remember
do it.
all of the routes.
Let the audience do it. I think the audience should make the decisions.
We just wait for the. You know what? If that's a thing we can do. There are polls, actually.
No, I don't even think we should do polls. We should just, like, whoever is currently active in the chat.
Whoever speaks first. All right, so that's going to be on you guys then. If you want us to make a decision in this run, in a given run, you will decide what happens, and that will determine where we go in this in a particular route. And if you guys get the bad ending, well, that's on you, and we'll have to move on to the next one.
Enough dilly-dallying, let's go.
All right, perfect. So we are going to start off with Chixie Rocksmere. Chixie is...
I have a feeling that maybe her last name is supposed to be pronounced Rhymer.
Is it?
I don't know. You know French. Look at the spelling and tell me, is it perhaps... Well, get to her,
All right. So I assume you want to do Chixie?
Yeah, I'll do Chixie.
All right. So I will be our narrator. Another night, another ramble. A classic song comes back to you as you continue on your way. Some of that good old earth wisdom about a specific kind of footwear being made for walking. You wish you had that kind of footwear right now in this current chapter of your life. Or any footwear for that matter. You've definitely learned your lesson about getting overexcited at the prospect of new friends. And running out in nothing but a bathrobe. Oh, who are you kidding? Maybe not in that particular bathrobe way, but chances are high that wasn't the last time you'll fly off the buoyant afterglow of an intense friend-gasm.
I forget that this is during the bathrobe era.
Ah, the bathrobe.
So tell me, is that perhaps supposed to be pronounced Rhymer?
So,
Does French work like that? I don't know.
There is a French word for king, and that word is roi, like R-O-I. But I forget if it's R-O-I-X or just R-O-I. But you could technically maybe pronounce it Roimir? Roimir? I don't know.
I don't know.
Always said it Rocksmere.
I've said Rocksmere too, so we'll go with that.
Chixie Rocksmere. All right, sweet. Let's hop on into it. There we go. Your point is, you need a wardrobe change. You should have asked L-Word for one of her rad leather jackets. You could really make one of those work. Jeez, this is kind of a crummy neighborhood. And there you go again, making snap judgments. Get a little alien culture into you and suddenly you're an expert. Looks like you found the Alternian nightlife. Well, technically all life here is nightlife. If people are nocturnal here, shouldn't nightclubs be called day clubs? Maybe the lure of dancing and getting smashed with strangers is not enough to get people to brave the blistering sun. You doubt you'd brave a stiff breeze for it. You aren't much of a partier.
Howard.
But recently, you are all about new experiences. You'll try anything once. A long line of people snakes along the side of a building. It doesn't appear to be moving. The club must not be open yet. You consider getting in the line, but there's so many people here. You really are more of a one-on-one friendship type. I'm just going to go ahead and turn the volume down a little bit. There we go. Perfect. You go around the back instead, to your old friend the back alley and the dumpster. Distantly, you hear music. It comes on every few seconds and then drops off. Maybe a sound check. You hear something else. The musical sigh comes from up ahead. You turn a corner to find a girl standing alone outside a back entrance. A heavy door is propped open with a chunk of concrete. Like something had gouged it out on the street. The girl has on a sweater dress and leg warmers, a bronze sign splashed on her chest. You wonder if you should consider painting a sign onto your own clothes, just to make yourself seem more normal. Yeah, no, probably no point. You'd also need to paint yourself gray and find a pair of fake horns. Who would do something like that? Sounds like a huge pain with absolutely no benefits. The girl hasn't noticed you yet. She's staring at her feet and sighing. Also, she's making weird little whoops and clicking noises, or singing a few bars of wordless notes, starting low and then climbing up high. Wow, it sounds pretty good. The enclosed space between the alley walls make it seem like it's coming from all directions. It's coming from all around us.
Damn, they've got sound noise padding out here.
Damn, they got surround sound. Maybe you should just leave. She looks busy. But then another troll sticks their head around the open door, shooting the girl an unkind look and kicking the cement block doorstop away. Oh, heck, there's really only one reason you would prop open a door. Alright, folks, should we grab the door before it can close, or stand there like an asshole?
Anything goes. There are few enough people here that literally the first person to answer gets to change the entire course of this run.
It's survival of the fittest. Survival of the thickest. If you are thick enough to stand up to bouncers and doors, then you get to hold all the cards. And if no one chooses, then...
This one has always, like... I don't know, the prospect of kicking a cinder block, maybe I'm just thinking about a really big cinder block. ABT says grab door!
Alright, we're gonna grab the door, but you were saying?
I don't know, just how do you kick a cinder block out of the way? Am I just really weak or something?
I want to believe that if you... It's more of a shove as opposed to like a soccer kick, but I do hope that like some rando just walked up and just full on slammed their foot into concrete. All right, let's grab the door before it can close. Displaying the dexterity of someone far healthier and far less dressed in a slinky bathrobe, you grab the door before it can slam close. The bronze blood girl's attention snaps up, and she breaks off mid-note. She takes in the misplaced concrete, and you holding the door.
Thanks for catching that. I would have to go all the way around to the front. It must have been the wind.
Just what sort of wind do they have here that could pick up a chunk of rock the size of a turtle? Unless wind is urban slang for some rude douchebag. She gives you a quick little smile and darts through the door, letting it close behind her with a solid click. Yep. Locked. The brief, gleaming flare of friendship you felt when she smiled at you in earnest thanks stutters and dies. You really had a moment there, but now she's inside and you're out here. He's the sheriff, and
we're out here.
Where you will never reap the fruit of glorious friendship you planted with that act of kindness. Jeez, what's the point of doing something nice if you don't get any credit for it?
Take this as a warning, Chad. If you ever do anything nice, and it's not meant to guide you towards success, guide you towards gains, you shouldn't do it.
I forgot, too. Again, it's been a hot minute since I played this game, so...
Oh, I knew we were going to lose.
For all of us.
If we lose in the first one, we can probably go through.
Do it again, you mean?
Yeah. We can just...
This will be our little test run to let people know how this works.
But if we lose in the actual route, in the second decision, how this works is there's a initial decision where you'll either pretty much end the route immediately or continue on to the real story. And then there's a second choice that decides if you'd go down the full win route or the full lose route. So that'll be the one where we let people destroy themselves.
I think that's a good idea.
Regarding kicking cinder blocks, Gareth says you could, but you need steel toe boots. Not really sure why you want to. Well, for glory for one, but in this case for hate crimes.
Yeah, you gotta do a hate crime with that steel-toed boot. You could just be like a cobalt blood, a super blue blood. All right, so let's go ahead and do that again, but this time for realsies. And we're just gonna skip up to the decision to
having some wine now.
Some time. Oh, you are drinking?
I am drinking.
That's illegal. Bro, we are drinking right now. Blah, blah, blah,
Have
blah,
I
blah.
ever been totally sober on one of these streams?
When
was the time? No, I feel like I always make terrible mixed drinks. And by terrible, I mean I incorporate Mountain Dew of a variety of flavors.
You have an amuse-bouche of garbage?
Yeah.
All right, so let's stand there like an
asshole. Mountain brews.
My mountain brew. Let's stand there like an asshole. Like the witness to a disastrous car accident, you stand there and watch as the girl notices the door closing and lets out a squeak, jumping for the handle. She misses it and smacks her knee against the metal frame.
Ouch, damn it.
She has a soft, musical voice, even when she's swearing. You ask if she's okay. She stops rubbing at the knee and looks up at you. You are quite a bit taller than her, but she looks older than some of the other trolls you've hung out with.
Worries. At least not about my leg. If you want something to worry about, I'm sure I can come up with some ideas without much trouble.
You assure her that you've had plenty to worry about recently, though you appreciate the offer. She gives you a fruitless tug on the back door. She gives a fruitless tug on the back door. She knocks. Nobody comes. She knocks again. Still nothing.
But nobody came.
But nobody came. Manhook car door? Mandor car door hook?
Mandor car hook hand, I think.
There it is. You tell her that someone kicked her doorstop out of the way. She looks disappointed, but not surprised.
Oh well, I'll just have to go back around to the front. Could be worse. Would you come join me?
Oh my god. You thought she'd never ask. This is working out perfectly. You're so glad she got locked out back here with you and the rest of the garbage.
I'm Chixie Rocksmere. Although I'm sure you already know that. I don't think you're an idiot or anything. You know, meet and greets are usually after the show, but you seem nice.
You aren't sure how she figures that, since all you've done is stand around. It's true, though, so you don't protest. You are nice. Super nice. You might be the nicest son of a bitch on this whole dang planet. You ask
Not a high bar to clear.
The lowest goddamn bar. You ask her if she's performing here tonight.
Of course. Why else would I be warming up in a dirty back alley?
You tell her you've seen people do far weirder things. She laughs. Far weirder things in a back alley, too.
You aren't wrong. People around here will do anything for attention nowadays. For instance, you're walking around in an ablution robe.
Oh yeah, by the way, they got a bunch of fancy words for a bunch of mundane things.
Ablution means bath. Real-time translation.
What? You cough delicately. True. Very true. She's got you there.
If you come inside with me, I can give you an autograph. I don't have anything to write with back here.
Chixie seems to think that you are a fan who managed to get past security to accost her in person. She doesn't seem too upset, though. More like delighted. You think back to many friends ago when Sarava told you it was dangerous for lowbloods to get popular. You wonder if Chixie trusts you because she thinks you're also a lowblood? Or maybe she's just not that popular. You follow her back to the front of the club, past the line of trolls waiting to get inside. A guy whistles at her and she gives him a flirty little wave, along with a flat smile. A customer service smile. She shows the bouncer something on her palm husk, and he lifts up the velvet rope.
They're with me. They're my +1.
Wow, you've never been anyone's +1 before. How does one cough delicately? Excellent point. Name's name.
It's like when, I don't know, but like girls in high school, they used to do this thing where they'd try and sneeze really high-pitched, like on purpose. So I guess a delicate cough is similar. It's like,
A bunch of people in line look annoyed, but Chixie ignores them. You follow her, tripping a little on the hem of your robe.
Be careful, huh? You don't want to twist an ankle.
Chixie speaks with a lilt, like a character in a musical getting ready to burst into song. You hope you aren't supposed to participate if she does. You're a little too busted for impromptu dance numbers, and you're also liable to flash someone in this robe. You hear music and chatter down the hall, but Chixie pulls you in another direction, towards the dressing rooms. You pass several closed doors, stopping in front of one that seems to be in the process of being cleared out. A bunch of shit is spilling out into the hall, clothes trailing out of suitcases. A microphone cord seems to be slithering slowly among the detritus. Charming.
God, I can't do anything without someone messing me around. Locking me out. And now this? Who did this? I'm seriously out for blood tonight.
She's gonna murder somebody. Looks like someone commandeered her dressing room while she was out, as well as tossed all her shit out into the hall.
I have to deal with this. I'll be right back. She's gonna kill. You can borrow some clothes if you want.
Hell yeah.
In fact, I insist.
She leaves you in the cramped little room. It's dark in the hall, but everywhere in Alternia is getting darker than is comfortable for you. You're getting used to it, though. You imagine humans used to have to deal with this all the time back before electricity, provided they didn't die immediately of, like, dysentery. You flick on the outline of white bulbs around the mirror. Oh, wow. Even in the soft, flattering light, you look like an A-grade free-range disaster. Tagora's expensive rainbow drinker serum has rubbed off, and now you're mostly just getting dusty. You wade through a couple of Chixie's suitcases, but everything here is too small for you. There's a couple sweater dresses and a hoodie that might fit, but without a pair of pants, that's gonna get real scandalous real fast. The only thing I think we can make it work. Talking about we're about bold fashion here on Alternia. The only thing you find that works in this whole dang dressing room is a floaty purple dress hanging on the block, hanging in the back of the door. Definitely not your style, but definitely not your style. You would never wear anything like this at home. Meow. But fuck it, roll with the punches, right? And not just in violence ways, fashion ways. You give a little experimental twirl in front of the mirror. You aren't going to break any hearts, but you'll do. You actually kind of dig it. You are busy admiring yourself when Chixie comes back. She sniffles sharply, and there are tear tracks on her face, but she isn't crying anymore. In fact, she looks mad as hell. Oh damn, is she mad at you? Did you manage to fuck up something without even being there? Without even being here? You've got mad fuck-up skills.
I got bumped. They kicked me off the lineup. I was supposed to be opening, but some new band came in and they have a Purple Blood drummer, so the club owner let them take my place.
I'll go ahead and adjust Sam's mic. Thank you for letting me know.
Thank you.
Alright, there we go. Hatsune Miku?
Hatsune Miku's here. Of course. This is how it always goes.
God, she looks so sad. Time to break out your finely tuned comforting muscles. Just adjust it again. But before you can get those guns out, someone oozes up to the two of you. Someone you recognize. Maybe we did this in the wrong order.
Maybe we did do this in the wrong order.
It's fine.
Well, this is just an appetizer of what's coming next.
You'll get to see him in his true glory soon. Oh, incredible. Miss Roxmere. What are the odds? It must be fate.
Well, you chirped that you were coming to the show, so I guess the odds were pretty good?
Zebra doesn't let this dim his sparkle. He isn't the type of guy to let facts get in the way. He hasn't even noticed you. He's too busy kissing the back of Chixie's hand. Looking good, baby.
I'm kind of a mess. I've been crying.
Well, crying looks good on you.
What a terrible line.
Zebra finally glances your way and does an extremely exaggerated double take. Wow, damn, I didn't even recognize you. You clean up real nice, you know. You haven't cleaned up at all, really. You haven't bathed since Tagora's fancy ablution trap. All you've done is put on a splinky dress.
Thanks.
It's not like... Thanks. It's not like you aren't happy to see Zebra. You are. He's one of your many success stories. He's just, you know, or you will know, the kind of friend you want to think back on fondly from time to time, remembering all the good times.
You will know, and that's a threat.
Yeah, not necessarily the kind you want to hang out with, or have hang all over you, like he is right now. Cece looks at his arm around your shoulder and seems momentarily annoyed. Then her expression skips a couple tracks and hits back on neutral.
So you've met. Where? Online? In a forum? Can I join?
I love forums.
Gotta remember forums.
Oh, not in a forum. Unless you're talking about the forum of life. He winks. Fate just keeps bringing us together, doesn't it? Just like you and me, Chixie baby. Chixie laughs. Now that she's gotten over her surprise, her entire demeanor has changed. Her body language has relaxed, and she keeps biting her lip. She looks like an actor demonstrating bashful on command. Zebra is eating it up.
It was really nice of you to post about my EP on your blog. I got lots of listens from that.
Babe, have I ever told you that I think you're so strong?
I hate him so much.
Seriously, low blood girls are so strong. Chixie laughs again. It sounds painful.
Maybe once or twice.
I love your new stuff. That one song, Poisonous Moon, or whatever.
Bloody Sun?
Right, yeah, exactly. Real good stuff, sweetheart. I can't wait to hear more tonight. Oh, right. He doesn't know Chixie got bumped. Chixie meets your eyes. She seems to be trying to communicate something entirely using her eyebrows. All right,
gang.
folks.
For new people in the chat, you guys are in control of this vehicle. Tell us what to do.
You get to decide where we go, what we do, how we go about this story. So please, and I guess first one who's up to bat gets to choose the direction, so...
Well, we can see what a few people say.
All right.
It depends. We'll see what happens.
All right, we'll see about democracy. I'll let this...
There are 3 potential endings in Chixie's route.
That's true. Because there was one route that I didn't get to see, the secret.
Indeed.
The secret.
This is my hot take, is that I love Zebra. Zebra? Why did I call him Zebra? I'm thinking of the Pokemon. I love him because he fucking sucks, and I love to hate him.
Oh, he's great. He's an absolute joy.
In the worst possible way.
He's a piece of shit, as we will illustrate later on, but...
He's illustrated it himself already.
Oh, he's made a very good thing.
Alright, looks like unanimously it is mind your own damn business.
Time to mind your own damn business, Buster. You follow Chixie's lead and don't say anything. Zebra
Good
will
choice,
find
babe.
out pretty soon anyway when the show starts and Chixie doesn't get on stage. He takes off saying he's going to get a spot in the pit.
There's no pit here.
Open up the pit.
Open up the pit.
Stop having it be closed. Her earnest, polite look drops as soon as Zebra's out of sight. She's letting you see all the bits of herself that she has to hide from other people. You wonder if it's because you don't matter that much, or because she can sense your trustworthy nature. You are a natural optimist when it comes to friendship, so you decide to believe the latter.
Come on. I want to get a good look at the jerks who took my stage from me, so I can talk about them on my vent chitter.
Oh, hell yeah. Can I follow that vent chitter?
You can follow her vent chitter.
Yeah.
Oh, yes! You can follow it if you want. Only like 4 people do. It's not like anybody cares about my problems anyway.
Oh, this is tragic. You risk an encouraging pat between her shoulder blades. She sniffs and wipes her nose.
At least I have you, my one non-creepy fan. At least I think you aren't creepy. I guess I don't know you that well.
You assure her that you aren't creepy. At least not as creepy as that guy. Chixie starts to respond, but then breaks off. Her voice sticks in her throat like she's swallowed a bug. Oh wait, they actually eat bugs here. Like, she swallowed a live bug. Actually, they might eat live bugs. Well, fuck. Smile canceled. Simile canceled. I'm dyslexic. Anyway, Chixie stops talking. Smile canceled. Chixie stops talking and you realize it's because she's listening instead. The first band is on and, going from Chixie's expression, this must be the band that scooped her.
I can't believe it. I can't.
She takes off. You aren't sure if you're supposed to follow, but she swoops back in and grabs your hand to drag you along behind her. You go past the club entrance and up a staircase, emerging in a tiny backstage area. Chixie stops just outside the stage lights. The band on stage is 4 trolls, mixed cast judging from their clothes. Although you suppose they don't have to wear clothes of the color of their blood, though most trolls seem to. Law or tradition, both are dangerous to break.
That's my song. They didn't just steal my set. They stole my set list.
Her cheeks flush in a ruddy brown, and she shakes with rage. She begins singing along with them.
Twisted pole, breathe the terror of life on hell, spines and gore forevermore, on this nightmare island spell. Paris above, blight below. I'm knocking on your hive's front door. Love me, please. I abhor.
It is kind of a twangy country feel to it, except it's about murder. Or
it's fucking
maybe...
Evanescence.
Damn, they got Evanescence in that? Or maybe love? You can't tell. It just doesn't really fit the band on stage's vibe. It doesn't really fit Chixie's either, but then again, you haven't seen her perform. Maybe she's really different when she gets in the spotlight. She's crying now, tears streaming down her face as she sings.
It's all over. Nobody's gonna believe I wrote this music. Some little dirt blood country girl.
You remember what Sarava told you about High Blood stealing their music and acting like they wrote it. God, that's so unfair. Folks, what should we do?
Bar or action?
Where's
you know
the
in
bar?
Your heart.
It's at as low as possible. Do we dranky or do we panky?
I don't know if that's an actual term.
It is now. All words are made up.
All words are made up. I had a very good conversation about that earlier today.
Really?
Yeah. I got to hang out with my best friend and we hung out in a cemetery. It was great.
Oh, of course. Ah. We got some action takers. I like that. I like to see some
fans in the audience.
Action go. Seems we are in an action mood. All right,
it's time for action.
Let's do something, folks. Hope you're ready, Sam.
Yeah.
Chixie clenches her fists.
Yeah.
She reaches into a snarled mess of equipment and comes back with a microphone that looks a little bit squirmy. Then she walks over to a costume rack and pulls down a mask. It's plain white like the Phantom of the Opera's mask, jarringly stark against the gaudy organic styles of most everything else on Alternia. She waits for a dip in volume in the song, and she gets one right after the bridge. Then she switches on the microphone and takes a huge breath.
I studied for this, actually. I watched the end of Scooby-Doo Ghoul School.
So you're ready.
So I know everything about rap. Shut the fuck up!
The shout reverberates around the club. The sound of the crowd dips and then falls off almost entirely. The band staggers to a slow, rattling stop. Nobody seems to know what's going on. Oh hell, this isn't what you meant. You meant, like, egg their tour bus or trash them online. Chixie steps into the light and a murmur goes around through the crowd. The band's singer lowers her microphone. She is in a short blue dress with long vicious claws painted red. You aren't up on all the trends, but you're pretty sure that red is edgy. Chixie covers her microphone and says something to the band. The cerulean stares at her for a few seconds before letting out a cascading spray of laughter. Sure, honey, okay. Condescending and sweet, like Chixie is a toddler who happened to wander on stage. She points finger guns at the guy on soundboard. Razor, give the lady a beat. Oh, that's an awfully hot coffee pot. Oh god. You know what this is. You see Chixie's face framed by the lights, focused and intent, all simpering gone.
You like that? I wrote it. You hit that? I own it. Coming in hot, trying to steal my spot.
That is an awfully hot coffee pot. Oh lord, is this a limerick?
Just grab my bulge and deep throat it.
Dirty limerick. Holy shit, she's really doing this thing. A rap battle. Jesus. The cerulean girl spits some stuff back. It's kind of basic, just general insults about Chixie's blood color and her lyrics being stale. Considering she stole Chixie's song, that doesn't really fly. The crowd doesn't know that, though. They're eating it up. They probably think that it's all part of the show, some fiery little low blood coming on stage to shake things up.
Paint your claws red, paint your mouth brown. Acting like you know what it's like down here on the ground.
The crowd whoops. This might be a high blood owned club, but there's definitely a lot of low bloods in the crowd.
They love 90s educational rap. But it's imitation. I got no expectation. This is your final station. You weren't gonna hit higher than this collaboration.
You aren't like a rap expert or anything, but you can definitely tell that Chixie isn't either. She gets breathless towards the end of lines and hits some words strangely, but the crowd is really feeling her. Definitely more than they're feeling the cerulean. Chixie's voice picks up speed and power as she gains confidence, drawing energy off the crowd. You realize you are leaning forward too, making sure you catch every word. She goes through a whole list of the band's shortcomings, including their fashion sense, their talent level, and their interpersonal clusterfuck. They are apparently a pretty well-known group online. She throws in some stuff about them stealing her music, and the crowd ohs like this is a middle school cafeteria.
So kill me. Cull me. Call the drones. It won't change a bit of what they all know. When you're a thief, what do you expect? I beat you all square. Hey, show some respect.
Chixie drops the mic. The room erupts. That was wonderful. Thank you very much, Sam. That was very good.
I know my limitations and I know I can't rap, so I just went for the worst style of rap possible.
I think it fit very well. Holy
That's
shit.
the intended vibe.
This is what people are freaking out about. They've never heard this style of rap before.
They've never heard 90s educational rap on Alternia.
Hey man, first for everything. Holy shit, that was awesome. She just came up with all of that on the fly. The cerulean looks furious, and another troll runs onto the stage to try to get the crowd under control. They're all chanting, "Mask, mask, mask!" Jim carries the mask? Chixie runs back off stage. Somebody stop me!
Why do we say that every stream?
Because we have to. It's in our contract.
It's in our contract.
Chucking both the mask and the microphone back where she found them. She grabs you, and you run all the way back out to the alley where you met, letting the door close behind you. Guess you're done with that, club. Chixie's eyes are round and shell-shocked.
I just did that.
Yeah, she really did.
I just told a bunch of high bloods to eat my bulge.
You don't know what a bulge is, but yep.
Fuck, they liked me, didn't they? They were cheering for me.
You say, yeah, you're pretty sure they were.
Holy shit, I'm gonna be cold. Did you hear all that stuff I said? You can't just say stuff like that.
You remind her that she was wearing the mask when she did it.
Oh, right. Nobody will know who I am. I'm safe. Oh, but that means nobody will know it was me.
You aren't quite following.
I'm not gonna get any credit at all. God, why does everything in my life have to be so metaphorically resonant?
Oh, girl, you feel that. You def know what that's like. Hey, that was pretty dope. Both of you jump about a foot in the air. A low blood in a hoodie and a pair of sunglasses slouches against the brick beside the back door. Either you are seriously impaired today, or he is seriously good at sneaking. You got any stuff online? He asks Chixie. She gapes at him.
Hold on, is that supposed to be Demek? A hoodie and sunglasses? But I was wearing a mask. How did you know?
Well, you're standing right outside the door, and you're wearing the same clothes you did on stage, so...
Oh, right. Clever of you.
Don't worry about it. Plausible deniability, right? Catch you later. He slinks off, one hand raised in a casual, cool guy farewell. You see, you tell Chixie. You tell Chixie. Some people will figure out who you are, possibly just randos outside of clubs, but still, she can do this. She can make her dreams come true.
You're right. You're totally right. I so can. I guess all hope isn't lost, at least not until another insurmountable obstacle comes along. Thanks for, well, everything. I would have never gone out there if not for you. And not for the chat, too.
And thank you, chat. She hesitates for a few seconds, then goes in for a slightly damp hug.
Sorry, stage lights and terror make me sweat.
Victory!
Good work, gang. We actually got victory.
You have accomplished a friendship. Let that be hopefully the first of many.
Hooray.
Hooray!
Speaking of which, we gotta go with our front runner now. The king of votes that has double the votes of anything else, and it's also the worst one.
Oh. So shall we hit the zebra?
No. A different one.
Oh, we're going with a... Okay, all right. I see how it is. Perfect. So in that case, we are going to move on to our next route that you guys have selected. We are going to be moving on to... just give me a moment while I get it all loaded up.
Let's hope I didn't break the code.
That's the A-man, right?
That's the A-man.
Got it. All right, put that over there. And then we are going to change the game chat capture to this one. Yeah, capture a specific window.
We're doing advanced techniques in technicalities of streaming.
There we go. Perfect. All right, excelente. Now let's go for it. Okay. Oh, I see what happened. I did not do the transition. Okay, anyways, we are here, and we're going to start things off. So let's do it. I have no idea what to expect. Sam cooked this one up.
All right, you're not streaming it to me currently.
Oh, shit.
You're streaming it to everybody. The stream on YouTube is working. You need to stream it to me via Discord as well.
Absolutely. Just 1 second. Change windows. Yeah, I'm going to have to get used to doing that. All right, perfect. We should be good now. We are Gucci. All right, so let's see what happens.
All right, it's working on both fronts. I'm not terribly proud of this one.
Who's doing narration on this one? Who's reading and who's narration?
You go for narration, I guess.
Cool. Kind of spooky out here. Let me just change the audio levels, because that is loud as shit.
I warned you.
Alright.
This is
Now-
definitely canonical Hiveswap content.
Oh,
If you
shit!
didn't get this DLC, that's on you.
This has got to be one of the prettiest video game characters you've ever seen in your life. Like, you're thinking maybe literally every single person is attracted to this guy, regardless of what they might say.
Will this suffice?
What?
For Metroidvania content, will this suffice?
You give the gorgeous stranger a nervous smile and ask if he might explain it a bit further.
Someone asked for Metroidvania content, didn't they? And you said you couldn't provide because the only Metroidvania you'd played was
Symphony of the Night.
Symphony of the Night. There's a joke here for people who are in our Discord server, because I asked what people wanted for our 10k celebration, and somebody asked for Metroidvania content.
Fuck yeah.
And I told them I can't do anything. I've never played anything but Symphony of the Night.
But now you have the experience.
Anyway, gang, chat gang, tell us what to do.
What would you do if you saw half of Alucard's body floating in front of you?
If you're wondering why these are kind of janky, it's because there's only so much time and energy I'm willing to spend on a joke.
What if you and Alucard kiss on Alternia? JK. Unless.
Maybe you'll get to kiss Alucard if you pick well enough.
We unlock the horny route.
You unlock the secret horny route.
Die, monster. You don't belong in this world. It is not by my
There's no
hand
one.
that I am once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
soul.
Tribute? You steal men's souls. The same could be said of all religion.
Alright, somebody said number 1.
Humanity ill needs a savior like you.
We can't do this forever.
Alright, Symphony of the Night was real good, though. You tell Alucard that while this may be true, you did thoroughly enjoy Symphony of the Night, and you're hoping to branch out once you get some time. It really holds up. It really holds up well to the test of time, you think?
I know, right?
He falls silent for a moment, clearly pondering his next move.
Hey, are you hungry? How does brunch sound?
What time is it? As it stands, you are famished, and brunch sounds excellent.
Time isn't real. Nice. Let's find a place that has...
Bloody Marys? He falls silent and narrows his eyes at you. Uh-oh, that might have been a step too far.
Excuse me?
Uh-oh.
Could you repeat that?
You're not sure you want to.
I don't believe I'm familiar with the item in question. What was it? A Bloody Mary?
Phew. Okay, this you can deal with. Giving him another look, you do get the distinct sense that this guy doesn't get out much.
Welcome, Taz.
You give him a rundown of the drink and then suggest some local restaurants.
Very well. It occurs to me that the drink you mentioned could have been a sort of jab. But I'll let it slide on account of it sounding fucking delicious. Yes, let's go get some Bloody Marys.
The first of many. Oh god, it repeats.
I didn't know how to stop a loop.
It just stays there forever. That was wonderful, and I'm so glad we got to see that special image that you threw together.
Thank you.
That was our
I can see
special round.
Taz is at least confused as to what's going on. I said I was preparing some special surprises for this stream.
She wasn't kidding. All
Yeah,
right.
this is the shortest and worst one.
Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and move on. So what then is our next route?
You know what it is. We know what it is.
All right. I'm looking forward to
Masochism
this.
speedrun.
I actually really like this. Okay, perfect.
And yeah, yes, Taz, I coded that poorly. That's why it doesn't have full assets or full GUI.
Don't you mean GUI?
That was the one where, yes, the GUI. That was the
GUI.
one where I was learning to code Friendsim, so The next two have a little bit more effort, but
The next two get to do backflips.
but you'll have to wait for the next two. We have to do actual content too.
All
Yes,
right.
Taz. I was specifically deceiving you and everyone else. I didn't want to tell people what I was working on.
I knew.
This is what I wanted. I specifically set everything up so that you'd walk in mid Alucard.
It was all part of our grand plan for the Grand Slam. Where do they serve Bloody Marys for brunch?
Like most places for brunch, right?
Really? I've never had a Bloody Mary, so I have no idea.
I've never either. It's mostly like more mimosas. You're also not streaming Friendsim to me currently.
Am I not? I thought I switched the stream. Let me try that again then.
You are to the DDC stream.
There it is.
Okay, there we go.
All right, folks. Now it's time for the big boy. The real big boy hours.
Thank you, Optimistic Duelist. We're glad you enjoyed that. I wish I'd taken a screenshot to advertise.
You probably get it on the stream playback.
Wait a minute, I'm on the stream. I can,
Wait a second. I could play a prank on you all for fun. We're going to be doing Zebra Kodak next. Or Zebra, I don't know. I pronounce it Zebra. Some people pronounce it Zebra. It's like tomato.
Tomato, tomato, potato. Misogynist.
Tomato.
Classist.
Same difference.
Same difference. I guess I'll be narrating for this one, huh? Walking. You sure are doing a lot of it recently. Back on Earth, you never got near this amount of exercise. You are going to be so in shape when this is over. Provided you still have all your limbs attached and your bones uncrushed. You could probably come up with the safer ways to travel, a taxi or some sort of bus system, but you don't have any money and you can't read signs. Also, you're routinely covered in blood and bruises. So, walking it is. Tired as you are, your feet still carry you toward friendship.
All right, let's go for the blue boy.
Anna says that Bloody Marys rule. I'm glad they rule, because I really wasn't sure. I've never had a Bloody Mary either.
Thank God.
Alucard would like them. That's all that matters.
Let's go Zebra Kodak.
Your stroll takes you into a nice part of town that seems to have larger, more McMansion-style hives. Based on your past experience on Alternia, you're not quite certain that upper-class enclaves equal safety for you, but you might as well explore. You never know where you'll find your next friend. The power of positive thinking must be on your side because someone emerges out of the shadows of these sprawling suburbs.
Oh, hello there. I don't believe we've met. I'm sure I would have remembered someone with such unique looks. You don't know where you are, do you?
By this point in your time on Alternia, you don't know if it's wise to admit that you're lost and naive to the ways of the world, but you don't know what you could say to try and convince this guy that you've got any kind of street smarts. You nod your head reluctantly, but he actually looks more interested in you after the confirmation that you're new to the neighborhood. You have perhaps found someone who likes you for your vulnerability and naivety? Naivete? That would sure be fantastic luck.
It's a good thing that I found you. Not everyone is as respectful of lowbloods as I am. Oh, but I shouldn't make assumptions just because you're not much to look at. My bad. I don't mean to be forward, but you're just so interesting. Mind if I ask what color your blood is?
You hesitate. Well, you're still terrifyingly ignorant of the intricacies of Alternian society. You're starting to feel terrifyingly informed about the role that blood color plays in this world. And you've managed to gather by now that the plain old human red isn't considered one of the better colors to have. What do you do?
All right,
chat.
folks.
What do you
we do?
I'm living in two realities at once. I have multiple windows open because I don't have multiple screens. I'm
Wait,
posting,
how do you do that?
reading.
How do you open two windows?
Well, first I open one and then I open the other.
Okay, but But how, in like what order? Do you have to open like one, and then you like open another one?
Well, first I say a specific magical phrase.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and that does most of the work, but then I have to make a blood sacrifice.
On the computer or like around?
Yeah. So like when Mina spilled water all over my keyboard, that was nothing because I spilled blood all over my keyboard every day of my life.
It's
And
just
the people-
soaked red.
The people have claimed it in majority truth.
All right, we're gonna tell the truth. I'm not calling you a truther. Red, huh? Wow, that's so unique. I've always liked the color red. I don't think I've ever filled a quadrant with a red blood before. I mean, I don't think I've ever made friends with a red blood before.
You don't know what a quadrant is or what it means to fill one. Given your experience on this planet so far, you're nervous that it could mean something violent. But you don't want to further expose your ignorance, so you just say that you're as excited for this friendship as he is.
You come on strong. Nice. You need a place to stay for the day, right? I can help you out with that. I've got plenty of spare rooms for guests in my hive. You know, because I believe it's important to help out the undeserved members of the community when you can. My hive is this way. Shall we, milady?
Milady. You follow him down the street. Yes, it must qualify as a nice night, because you see lots of other trolls walking around here too. Most of them are dressed as nice as Zebra, and you see a few shabbier looking trolls that must be low-bloods walking with high-bloods.
Today is actually Flushed Affirmation Day, so you'll see a lot of trolls taking their mate spritz out to celebrate. Lucky for you, my flushed quadrant is currently empty, so I'm all yours tonight.
That sounds a little weird. He doesn't need to be all yours, you assure him. You're an easygoing individual who's happy to share their friends with plenty of other friends.
Sure. Sharing can be a good time if you're into that. I could be speaking personally, like maybe with two low-bloods, but not in an objectifying way. Everyone involved has to respect each other, you know?
Wow, what? You have no idea how your innocent comment about friendship got taken to this particular place. You decide that maybe the best thing to say here is nothing, because who knows how he might misinterpret you next.
Huh. Looks like there are a lot of high-blood, low-blood couples out tonight for this holiday. Pretty unusual to see in this neighborhood, to be honest. It's sad, but most of these low-bloods are probably with their mate spritz because it's socially advantageous. Pretty shitty of the high-bloods to take advantage of that, but not everyone is as socially conscious as I am. I think it's super terrible when high-bloods don't treat their low-blood mate spritz like the queens that they are.
You look around at all the other couples. The class divide is pretty noticeable, and some of the high-blood trolls have scornful looks on their faces while talking to their low-blood dates. One troll dressed in cerulean is making her shabbily dressed mate sprit kneel down so he can give her a ride on his shoulders. It could maybe be a cute coupley thing, you guess, except she's sure laughing a lot and has the heel of her boot pressing into the back of his neck. You don't want to speculate about what people might be into, but it does seem kind of humiliating. Zebra sees where you're looking and shudders theatrically. In the process of waving his arms around in disgust, he slips an arm over your shoulder.
Ugh, cringe. I'm so sorry, you shouldn't have to see something like that.
You're trying to think of a tactful and friendly way to move his arm from around your shoulder when you arrive at what must be his hive. It's the biggest and most McMansion-y hive on the block, and when he steps in front of it, he lets go of you to gesture proudly at his sprawling home.
Welcome to my keck, humble abode.
Keck?
I just feel grateful, you know, to be able to share my wealth with those less fortunate. I forgot.
When you walk inside the front door, you're greeted by a very distinguished-looking white zebra. It has normal zebra markings all over its body, except for around its neck, where the dark gray zags have formed a shape that looks like a bow tie, almost like it's wearing a suit.
Oh, he's a fancy boy.
You don't know how its zebra face is managing to radiate pure disdain when it looks at you, but that is unquestionably the energy you're getting.
Oh, don't mind my Lucis. He's kind of socially old-fashioned. But he lets me keep lowbloods around the hive to help out and stuff. So, he's not all bad. Let me give you the Grand Tour. Step into the Grand Tour, Dragon Ball GT.
Damn, Zebra likes Dragon Ball?
I hope not.
As Zebra takes you through the spacious hive, talking about Dragon Ball all the way, you can see other trolls in several of the rooms. Most of them aren't wearing clothes as nice as Zebra's. You're guessing these are the lowbloods he just mentioned? They seem to be doing chores. Sweeping, cooking, exchanging green slime in troll-sized bathtubs for another. Possibly fresher green slime. Each of them glances up at you and Zebra when you pass by, then looks deferentially away. The Zebra Lucis is following you, and every time you exit a room, it pauses in the doorway to whinny out what could be orders, or possibly he's just berating them. You arrive in an empty ballroom-looking space upstairs, where several low-blood trolls are hard at work cleaning up what remains of what must have been quite a party. Zebra seems to notice you noticing how all the trolls in here are scrubbing the floor, and how they are all avoiding eye contact.
See? I told you I'd take in plenty of guests. I believe it's important to promote diversity, you know? That's why you don't see other indigo bloods here. Looks like all the guests are busy today. Well, an important part of communal living involves contributing your labor when it's necessary. Right, guys?
A few lowbloods mutter an affirmation, while others just put their sponges and mops down to prostrate their whole bodies on the floor. Zebra looks a little uncomfortable with the bowing, but not that uncomfortable. He doesn't introduce you to any of them.
They don't all realize yet that my hive is a sanctuary from the harsh injustices of the outside world. Anyway, enough about my low-blood guests. Let's take care of you, shall we?
Perhaps his Lucis has had enough of tolerating your presence, because it takes the opportunity to stop following you and go huff at more of Zebra's guests. Now, for better or worse, you are alone, and Zebra has turned all his attention on you. His smile seems very friendly. You want to see it as friendly.
The night is still young. I'm happy to do whatever you want to do. If you feel like going out on the town to celebrate Flushed Affirmation Day, I have lots of other friends I could introduce you to. Help you meet the right kind of culture, you know? Or if you're tired, I could show you to the guest room now and we can have a nice night in.
Or stay in.
What would you like to do, chat? Would you like to go out, or would you like to stay in with this man?
There are no wrong answers, only wrong people, and the wrong person is Zebra.
This boy is wrong.
Problematic.
What? Since when?
There's nothing problem. Look, he's such an ally. He believes in a diverse workplace.
He is a supporter. Oh boy.
We've got one vote to Netflix and chill.
With this man, it is almost guaranteed.
We've got 2 votes for Netflix and chill.
I think that's enough to knock us into into Netflix and chill mode.
Forced to Netflix and chill.
All right, show me to my room, please.
God. You think that going out with Zebra on Flushed Affirmation Day might potentially give him the wrong idea. And besides, you're pretty tired, so you don't feel like going out. You tell him you're ready to retire to your guest room now.
Sure. Oh, bruh. By the way, have you heard of Chixie Roxmere? You probably haven't. She doesn't seem like a very serious You don't seem like a very serious music fan. But you've got a great opportunity tonight to learn from me. One of her low-blood musician friends is playing a show for the holiday, and I can get us in because I'm super connected in the scene. We should go, just in case she's there.
You could have sworn you told him you wanted to Netflix and chill tonight, but okay. You gather the remains of your energy and go out to this concert with him. That's what good friends would do.
Your choices don't matter, chat.
Optimistic as Duelist is calling for emergency Cuprum shipment. We need 50 cc's of Cuprum stat.
We gotta airdrop him in.
I would love to see that, actually. I would love to see him, like, Zebra welcome Cuprum into his home and just the chaos that would ensue.
I think that would be great.
He takes you across town to the concert, only trying to hold your hand or put his arm around you a couple of times on the way. So, it could be worse. Maybe hand-holding is totally platonic on Alternia? You hope so.
God, you hope so.
God, you hope so. The concert itself is one troll with a guitar and a harmonica who, according to Zebra, is a lowblood whose songs are spreading truly radical messages. Almost as radical as Chixie's.
Maybe we did play this in the right order.
You enjoy the tunes as much as you can, but you don't understand what the lyrics are trying to say. You ask Zebra what the lyrics mean since the message is apparently important to him, but he gets annoyed with your question.
Oh, what? The lyrics are about, well, they're about a lot of things. Social justice and oppression and stuff. It's hard to explain to someone who doesn't already get it. Like, if you're not on my level already, I don't know what I can really say, you know? But enough about the music. I want to talk about you. What sort of things are you into?
You haven't had many opportunities on Alternia to talk about your interests. How exciting! You say you like playing games, but he's already interrupting you.
Cool, sounds great. Really interesting stuff.
He doesn't even want to listen to me talk about my D&D character.
But what's your quadrant situation like?
It's harder to pretend that you don't know what he's talking about now that he's asked you about quadrants directly. You admit that you have no idea what he means by quadrant situation.
Whoa, you're even more clueless than I thought. Don't worry, I still find you attractive.
He goes into a brief, but not really brief enough, explanation of the 4 types of romance on Alternia.
Ooh, lesson time.
Mate spritship, heart, the flushed quadrant. I sound like a Pokédex. Which to you sounds the most analogous to human romantic partnerships. More allegiance. Diamond, the pale quadrant, which sounds like an exceptionally codependent friendship by human standards.
Pikachu, the electric mouse Pokemon.
Auspisticism, the electric mouse potion Pokemon. Clubs, the ashen quadrant, which you don't understand at all. And Kisbestitude. Spades, the black quadrant, which just sounds like repeatedly hooking up with somebody you hate. You're fuzzy on the details of all 4 of these, but you understand enough to get that he's asking if you're single. You tell him that you, really just want to be friends.
Of course, I super respect your choices. If you ever change your mind, I'm right here. Being in a quadrant with an influential yet sensitive and socially aware indigo blood like myself could make it a lot easier for you to survive and thrive on Alternia.
Wasn't he criticizing that kind of high blood, low blood, socially advantageous relationship just a few hours ago? It wouldn't be very friendly of you to point out his hypocrisy, so you don't mention it. After another song, another troll in the club sidles up to Zebra and whispers something in his ear, then skulks off again. Zebra looks alarmed, glancing around him and edging towards the club exit.
I just got a tip that there's about to be a culling at this concert. We should get out of here.
You definitely agree with him about wanting to get out of here. You look around at the rest of the audience, still enjoying the show. You and Zebra are the only ones getting ready to leave. Is he going to warn any of the other trolls here of the danger?
Oh, no, definitely not. If I were to warn any of these lowbloods that a culling is coming, that could mean risking my life too.
Zebra Kodak, true ally.
Not that I've ever tried, but everyone knows that. The Highbloods here will probably be fine, though. We've got each other's backs. It's important to look after your comrades in the struggle.
Sure enough, you can see that the other trolls here who, much like Zebra, stand out because they're wearing nice clothes, are casually but urgency leaving the concert venue. The Lowbloods are all still clapping and singing along with the singer on stage. No one's given them a tip-off.
Come on, we've got to scram.
The 2 of you abscond, getting away from the music club as fast as your legs can carry you. By the time Zebra decides it's safe to slow down, you're tired and out of breath. Looking around, it seems like you've arrived back in the High Blood part of town. You wonder if drones have descended on all those trolls at the club by now, and you just can't hear it because of this neighborhood is too far away. Closed off and sheltered from the violence.
Whew, that was a close one. Going to low-blood cultural events like that can be dangerous, but it's one of the risks that you have to take if you want to be an activist. I can't tell you how many times I've risked a culling to fight for low-blood rights. Civil disobedience is the only way to fight the authoritarian state.
Fucking hate him. He turns to you and takes one of your hands in both of his, looking deep into your eyes.
I just think it's so cool how you supported me back there when we risked our lives for the cause. That's probably the best way you can contribute as an activist and an ally, you know? By supporting me. And speaking of activism, we were talking about quadrants earlier. Let's get back to that.
This guy does not want to take no for an answer. Once again, you reiterate that friendship is all you're looking for here. He nods enthusiastically and squeezes your hand tighter.
Fuck yeah, I love friendship. I've always believed that a strong friendship is the best foundation for any successful romantic relationship. And many trolls start by being friends first and enter into a quadrant later. Even if you try to be friends but then fight too much, that could still prepare you for a Calignas quadrant. Either way, the thought of being your friend makes my blood pusher beat a little faster.
Sure, you say. If that's what we're doing, is extolling the benefits of friendship, then boy do you have some things to add to his list. For instance, friendship can give you a sense of platonic companionship for your fellow man, and friends can also come in handy when you need someone to help you move or take you to the airport or other non-romantic activities. You think friendship is a great thing to pursue for its own merits. Friendship is so great that once you have it, why would you want anything more?
Hell yeah, totally. You're so right that friendship is a great first step. Did you enjoy the concert tonight? Did it persuade you to be an ally for low blood rights?
You think that, going by your blood color and how often you have almost gotten killed by those more powerful on this planet, you're more like a member of the oppressed underclass than you are an ally. But you decide not to split hairs and just tell him that yes, you'll be an ally to yourself.
That's fantastic. I'm so happy to hear that. If you're an ally to low bloods, then I'll allow you to be my mate sprit.
Friend, you correct him. You can be his friend.
Right, sure, yeah. I meant to say friend.
He lets go of your hand finally, which at least counts for a partial victory, and winks.
Yay! Friendship! I
know he's the worst, but he's so fucking funny.
Oh, and we can see the drones in the background that just killed a concert full of people. But you know, activism, am I right, guys? It's so tough to be an activist in this day and age. It's so tough to be a Republican brony in this day and age.
Remember bronies, them sons of guns loved horses.
Them sons of guns sure did love them horses.
Okay, we got two potential options next on the list.
What do we got next?
We got Tizius, the ever-beloved Tizius, or Spamton G. Spamton.
Let's do Tizius first before we hop over to my favorite boy. Can we take like a quick 5-minute break?
5-minute break sounds good.
Perfect. All right, so we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, and then we'll be back for Tizius. So look forward to that, everybody.
leave.
Hello! We're back, and we are going to give you some Tizias.
Tizias, the troll everyone loves.
The sleepy troll.
She
Tizias,
just reminds me of Bailey.
the electric mouse Pokemon. All right, another night, another ramble. We already read this.
Oh yeah, this is the same one as Chixie.
Perfect. So now we are going with Tizias Entic. Just up ahead, you see... Oh, I'm going to turn this down a little bit, just because it's loud in my ears. Cool. Just up ahead, you see a troll leave her hive, muttering to herself. She's holding an unstable mountain of papers and books with one arm, using her free arm to hold a mug steady. She isn't paying attention to you, which is fine. You don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. You'd love to make another friend. You just understand how it's weird. It's a weird flighty thing. Some trolls you mesh with, some you don't. You smile at her just in case, but when she walks right by you without stopping, you shrug. This planet is chock full of friendable weirdos. You'll live. You only take a few more steps before the sound of her absolutely eating shit on the sidewalk makes you turn. It happens fast enough, so you only really see the aftermath of upended books and papers raining down in an impressively wide circle around her.
Ah, globes. Damn. Ass rock. It's probably damn ass rock, more.
She sits up, but that's as far as she bothers. After taking a sip from her mug, which somehow has stayed level in her grip during her fall, she sighs and gets to work gathering it all back up with her free hand.
Yeah, this checks out. As a thing that would happen to me.
I love Tizias, but this sprite looks exactly like Have You Heard of Video Games?
Have you heard of video games?
Ah, damn, ass rock.
Ah, damn ass rock. It's not like I have anything else to be doing.
You've seen a teen movie or two in your day. You know this trope. The cool kid helps the unpopular nerd after they fall like a chump and embarrass themselves. Then slowly the pair establishes trust. By the time credits roll, they've gone and fallen in love. Not that you necessarily want to fall in love, or that you're under the delusion that you are in any way cooler than her. But still, it's tried and true. And also, like a pretty standard, decent person thing to do. So like the decent person you hope to be, you skedaddle on over. You stop short just in front of her wide-flung ring of items. You want to make sure she's not going to yell at you or murder you or anything before you interfere.
What? I just busted ass. I know it's a scene. Well, what are you waiting for? Be a good bystander and stop standing by.
She gestures kind of all around her, and that's confirmation enough. You bend to pick up a heavy-looking book, and there it is, emblazoned right on the cover. It's that comic of the bimbo turning into the nerd by picking up a book.
Bimbofication.
Bimbofication. A gavel, a humongo fucker of a judgment implement too, with spines all around the handle. Dread creeps up your spine, and you slowly slide your gaze from the book's cover to its owner. She doesn't have any ostentatious blood color themed clothes on. Though, wow, she is sporting socks and sandals. Maybe you are cooler than her after all. But the very prominent eye bags are tinged teal. Ah, globes. A lawyer. It's not that you don't appreciate your one lawyer friend for who he is, it's just you aren't sure you have it in you to sneak your way into the heart of another. You got kinda lucky last time. The scales of judgment in your heart start weighing your chances. What would we like to do, people? Would we like to befriend a lawyer?
Okay. Tell us what to do. Do we befriend a lawyer? Do we defend a lawyer? Do we destroy a lawyer?
Destroy a lawyer.
Godzilla destroy all lawyers.
He would. That's why he rocks.
Actually, Godzilla got his degree in law quite a long time ago, and he's been destroying other lawyers in court ever since.
I mean, I could see him passing the bar. He's like super massive, so the bar would be pretty
so
low.
Yeah, the bar's so low to him. He's so big. You could say he crushed it.
You crushed it.
I'm sorry, chat. Befriend lawyer is not an option. It's either keep
Should we,
standing there paralyzed by choice or pick up more papers.
Should we pick up the papers or stand?
One for stand, one for help them, and one for befriend lawyer.
I mean, one of those is the friendlier option.
I know what the correct option is, so if we wanted to be nice, we could take befriend lawyer as a vote for the correct option, but... Or wait, is it the first choice or the second choice?
I have no idea, frankly.
Gotta be the second choice. We didn't ask the chat to do anything yet. Or no, this gotta be the first choice. We didn't ask the chat to do anything yet.
Yeah, no, this is the first choice. I thought you were asking if the answer was the first choice or the second choice. Alright, so do we want to take that as pick up papers? That's a friendly thing to do.
Yeah.
Let's pick up some papers. You start making neat piles of all her stuff. After watching you for a second, like she's making sure you're not screwing it up, she dramatically heaves herself to her feet and joins in the effort. Ah, video games.
Oh, video games. Video games. I don't have time for this shit. Make sure to keep the B-34s together in my red folder.
You look down at your current pile. B. That's the one with the little hook on top, right? Or is that G? Sweat pricks at your temples. You've picked up a little bit of written Alternian here and there, but you're still not anywhere near competent at it. Sifting through the papers, you search for anything familiar. You make it a few words, but there are just a lot of those little guys on these papers, and you've got performance anxiety.
Oh, right. You probably still can't read.
You look up at her, startled. How can she tell?
Well, I mean, you don't look much like a troll. It isn't exactly a gargantuan mental leap to assume you're not from around here. But also, I've heard about you.
You straighten up. Any press is good press when it comes to friends discussing you, right?
Seals talk.
Oh!
Unfortunately.
Oh. She puts her mug down on the ground and picks up a fallen book, talking as she flips to whatever page she's looking for.
And that little asshole is going to have even more unfortunate crap to say to me when he finds out that I set us all back by dropping half our group project in a ditch.
She paces in a flustered circles until she finds a bookmark among the debris. Flicking a wet leaf off of it, she shoves it in the open spine of a book and slams it closed.
Oh, whatever. I can't think about that yet. Gotta get all this back in order first.
Right, yeah, the ordering of stuff. You keep at it, doing your best, the best you can to keep similar looking things together. You can feel her eyes on your back, and you turn to face judgment.
You've basically got it right, actually. He did say you were quick on the draw. I'm Tizius, by the way.
She doesn't so much smile at you as grimace. It looks mostly pleased, as exhausted expressions go. That's as good friendship building material as any other. You've certainly started with the worse than being complimented. The breeze plays at the end of her frizzy hair, ruffling a few pages while it's at it. Now that you aren't frantically trying to prove your helpfulness, and have a moment to think, you don't know if the sidewalk is the best place to be starting from scratch with a whole filing system. You open your mouth and tell her as much when a huge papa gust follows its Breeze Jr.'s wake, blowing the neat stacks back into chaos.
They're gross.
She sinks slowly back down in the snow globe of paper, takes a long sip from her mug sitting next to her, and then tilts her head back and unleashes a single deep gut hauler. You scuttle around catching documents out of the air until the gust is gone. It's not that Tizius doesn't seem capable, it's just that she seems a bit burnt out. You know what it's like to feel like you're at the end of your rope. So now that you have half a swinging garb but a handle on things here, you feel like it's your turn to do the heavy friendship lifting.
Alright, gang, are we suggesting that a small breather might help, or are we offering to help her organize it all somewhere with less of a breeze risk?
Small breather, breathe.
Small breather, breeze risk.
Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
Have Kit Kat. Tizzius, you're not yourself when you're hungry. You need Snickers.
Snickers does satisfy, even on Alternia.
They have Snickers on Alternia. It's called
God!
Snickers.
Universal currency.
You know, I actually have come around to liking Snickers a whole lot recently.
Snickers is good.
Alright, we have 1 vote for option 1 and 1 vote for option 2. This one's for all the bananas gang. 2 for breather.
Alright, we're gonna take a small breather. You know a breaking point when you see one. You weren't expecting it so early in a potential friendship encounter, but still, it's clear that this troll might need some time to chill. This is a mess, yeah? She swings the pendulum of her chin over to glare deadened knives at your guts. Okay, yes, this is a mess, but it seems like maybe, just perhaps, it would be best to sort of put a pin in all of it. To suck air in and out of our insufflation sacs or whatever and just get it together for a minute. No group projects were ever aced when the clear leader was not at her peak mental performance. She wrinkles up her nose and closes her eyes.
You know what? Fine. Fuck it. Not all of it, of course, but this night specifically and everything and anyone I know or have thought extensively about before in my life. So that just leaves you.
Nice.
What do you have in mind, friend? Because I'm all out of ideas.
That word still does a number on you, no matter how many times you hear it used flippantly. You have an idea already, so you hurriedly gather her shit into an extremely unorganized piles, which she drops off in her hive to deal with later. You half expect her to just not come back out, but she does. She kept only 1 heavily annotated tome in her mug, which she nods at when she speaks.
I know, but these are for just in case. Anyway, do your worst.
With a salute and a few gentle tugs at Tizzius' sleeve to keep her moving, you get going. You and your Alternian pals have taken turns leading each other to some pretty wild places in your time here. The place you take Tizzius to, though, is somewhere you haven't shared with anyone. It's where you come back to on days when you can't find a friend, or you don't want to impose on any of the ones you've made. It's on the outskirts of town, where the buildings are spread thinner until the landscape cuts upward in a jagged cliff face. Bolted to the side of the rocks is a tower, or what's left of one. It's basically a heap of scaffolding and rusted-out ladders holding up half-covered platform, but it's been a pretty good place to staunch bleeding and stargaze.
Do I give off an outdoorsy vibe to you? Does my half-untucked button-up and paltry muscle mass scream would love to scurry up a dilapidated relic?
You worry about her hating your plan, but you kind of feel like she'd complain no matter what, no matter where you took her, and at this point, the die is cast. So heave-ho, you say. It's stronger than it looks. You offer to hold her stuff for her during the ascent. She gives you the book and clutches the mug against her chest. You know better than to pry, but you're dying a little wondering why she's so weird about it. Unless she's got liquor made from viscera in there. Or maybe her Lucis gave her the mug, so it's special. Could be both. You shrug and start climbing. Like you thought she would, she follows you. And like before, she complains about it the whole time. And like the structure itself, you both weather it fine. At the top, she looks around.
This is your hive?
It's more like a hideout. You still feel a little shy about it. It's not as fancy as your friends' hives, and you don't have any weird animal parent to make you snacks or anything. There are only little keepsakes you've picked up along the way to set up on an old creaky table next to some complicated old tech you couldn't get the power on.
This must be an old watchtower. From when that was part of her Imperial Bitchiness's preferred method of surveillance.
She runs a hand over the dusty screen. Oh, Trizza? You just learned about her.
No. Her bigger, badder, off-world counterpart, the Condes.
Ah, you look at the rusted barrel of some terrifying weapon mounted in the corner, and then look out over the landscape and sprawling town. In the distance, smoke rises from a freshly demolished hive. Glinting in the moonlight, drones circle it like buzzards. It's been like this here for a while then. You sit down, your legs dangling off the side of the platform. Tisius joins you, a safe distance away from the edge.
That is one hell of an understatement. But yeah, we've got a time-honored status quo in operation here. Streamlined. Efficient. Brutal.
Tisius looks miserable. That's not what you were going for. You summon up the old Roy G. Biv in your head for the 1000th time. She should be safe, right? Teals are middle class, right? And anyway, she's a lawyer. She's got the powers that be on her side. Saying so doesn't seem to cheer her up at all.
I mean, you're not wrong. But being in a position to benefit from the system doesn't make the system more morally palatable. If I'm being real about it, it's more me being forced to uphold it than anything else.
She nods towards the book in your hands. Oh, right. How does this all work anyway? Can she just not be a lawyer? And aren't there good ones?
Yeah, I can quit. If I want to get cold. There's always a choice.
She sighs.
It's not like I expect suffering to ever stop completely. It just seems like an awful lot of work to do to make sure it keeps happening. That's the entire job of a legislacerator. Unless you're purple enough to get away with it, you're just guilty, no matter what. It's just a matter of going through all the fanfare of a trial, all for the same result. It's sick, but it's so normal by now that no one knows how to begin questioning it.
She looks more exhausted now than she did during the paper explosion. Like when you've used up all your sadness and all you have is a deep, broken fatigue. This isn't exactly the rejuvenating getaway you envisioned.
There's just so much injustice.
You continue to try to be positive. Are there not political parties? Some secret underground movements or anything? Sure, most lowbloods you've met have a healthy, fatalistic nonchalance about the situation, but there's gotta be something else out there.
There were a few people who tried to stir shit up back in the day. It's all kind of hushed up and hard to find any information on the history of them, though. Definitely not the kind of thing they teach you unless you're at legislacerator training. One was a mutant blood, the other had wings. So I guess they didn't have much of a chance anyway.
You can't imagine this story having a happy ending, but you still want to know more. There's the subtlest shift in her tone of voice now that she's doing more than only complaining. It draws you in.
One of them seems to have gathered enough of a following to have become a kind of religious figure, from what little I can find about him. The other one led a military revolt. They both were killed along with their attempts at change. I don't even know what happened to their compatriots.
She stops to squint at you.
I don't know how you got me talking like this. But in the fuck it spirit of the night, I'm just gonna keep going. If it wasn't clear, I'm telling you things that can get me extremely cold. So, like, please be chill.
You're so chill. The chillest. And also probably pretty cullable yourself.
Good point.
She squints at you a little longer and then stares out into the night. Her jaw muscle clenches a few times before she speaks.
I have some ideas.
She's still not looking at you, but she sits up a little straighter. You feel your spine following suit almost on its own.
All of us training to be legislacerators like to practice throwing our weight around. Some of us more than others, which I guess you have first-hand experience with. But we don't have much real power yet. We will, though, if we pass our exams. Which we will. I've been staying up most days, studying every documented piece of the law, and some underground stuff too, when I find it. There are exploitable loopholes they don't know about. If I can establish myself as a major player, I might have a chance to change things. Some things you can only take apart from the inside out.
By now, she's built up a fevered energy, even with the sluggish way she talks. When you shift in your seat, she kind of snaps out of it.
Oh, sorry. I guess I got a little worked up. I don't exactly get to talk about this very often. It's kind of overwhelming to think about how fucked every little thing is all the time. But now that I see it clearly, I can't not do something. It's like Alternia is a giant fire, and I'm pissing on a tiny corner of it while the rest of everything burns up around me.
Your brain is buzzing with how real all that felt. You can't really add anything to it, so you just nod.
Are things less abysmal where you're from?
Whew, boy. In ways, yeah, at home, the accused is called the defendant, at least. As in, they get a defense. Her eyes brighten.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Does your justice system work?
You exhale slowly, trying to buy yourself time to encapsulate all of your planet's various cultures, societal structures, and similarly overwhelming list of injustices in an intelligent blurb. You settle on, not always. Not for everyone. Her laugh is short and hollow.
So much for enlightened life forms existing somewhere in the universe.
You guess until a more kind and just alien life form comes to take over, you'll just have to make do with each other.
Yeah, you're not so bad. I'd take on an oppressive regime with you anytime.
She gives your arm an awkward tap with her fist and then looks back out over the edge.
Anyway, I'm no religious figure or military strategist. There's gotta be someone out there who is. Gotta use what skills I have, I guess, until I find them. What the fuck else would I do with my time?
Keep pissing on the fire is the best anyone can do, you reckon? That and get others hydrated enough to do the same. She laughs.
Keep on pissing, huh? I'll drink to that.
She takes a big swig from her mug. After a beat, she silently and without looking at you extends her arm your way. You stare in the mug's depths, a little unnerved. It doesn't look like viscera, but you've been burned before.
It won't kill you.
You're not sure what it will do, but Tizius is truthful if nothing else. So, bottoms up. What the fuck? It's water. Tizius grins and taps her temple with a claw.
Gotta give the people something. Otherwise they might think I'm the way I am on my own. Then where would we be?
You don't know. Letting people in can be helpful, you know? Sometimes.
I'm fine.
You're not convinced.
Okay, I'll admit it. It's not a bad idea to relax every once in a while. Get your priorities straight. And this was a decent time.
You're glad she's glad, but you mostly just talked the whole time about the same stuff that she was overwhelmed by to begin with. Does that even count? You learned a lot, but she still looks pretty wiped. As soon as you think that, she yawns, so she's so driven. You shiver a bit at your, when you imagine what she'll do if, she took the time to rest for real. You pat the pile of blankets next to you. It's no bed, or tub of soap or slime for that matter, but it's gotten you through enough. She looks warily at it, and yawns again.
I guess my Lucis and my mate Sprit will just think I'm at the book hive anyway. One little nap won't hurt. I get up early tomorrow and reorganize our stupid busy work project.
She tentatively lowers herself down onto the blankets. Her eyes close for a brief second before they snap open again, glaring at you with full force.
Don't doubt me, either. I got it under control.
Oh, you have zero doubts in her abilities, you say. She curls back up against herself, and a small rattle of contentedness shakes in her throat. Out in the distance, the blaze has dimmed to a thin plume of smoke. You hope whoever's hive it was is okay. You're not sleepy, so you'll keep watch to make sure she gets up by sunrise. You tilt your head back and look up at the unfamiliar constellations. Your head feels full. It's intense and not exactly what you'd call happy. But you know you're feeling it with her, and that's far from nothing. Yay!
Who doesn't love Tizius?
And that was the really good route for her.
Yeah. Good work, gang. Good work, chat. You did it. Let her rest.
Good work, Gucci gang. You took a nap. That's the biggest win of all. That's the biggest friendship. All right, I know what's next.
Gucci gang. Remember to turn down the volume on this next one.
Oh, I will.
Doing it in advance would be best so that we don't kill anyone.
Perfect. So let's go ahead and
Number 3 of 3.
Number 3.
Definitely canonical Hiveswap Friendsim content. We got it directly from the source. Like, I bought this on Steam.
My uncle's neighbor's friend made this. He said that they were releasing a new DLC. And
My uncle who works at Hiveswap.
My uncle who is an Alternian. Okay, and then we're gonna go to preferences.
Prefaces.
Can you see it on the Discord stream?
I can see it on the Discord screen. Yes.
Cool. Just making sure. I'm gonna hope that's enough.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect.
I can't see it on the YouTube stream.
I'm getting that set up now.
Okay, gotcha. Just keeping you updated.
Cool. Let me just come on.
I'm watching the social media. The hawk.
The social media. The social network.
I hate being on social media. I hate posting, and yet I do it every day of my life.
Hypocrite you are.
Gang, how do we feel about posting?
I feel negative about posting.
I feel bad about posting.
All right. I'm gonna let you be the narrator this time.
All right, I'll narrate.
I gotta do my man justice. Whew. All right. Let's see how this goes.
Back. You streaming it to YouTube?
Yep.
All right.
God,
Perfect.
Oh, that's you.
Oh, that's me. God, you love trash. Trash is what you love, plain and simple. Trash television, trash movies, trash food, and trash characters. It's all in your wheelhouse, and you've become something of a connoisseur. Or perhaps a connoisseur?
I like that.
Thank you. Anyway. You're just trying to enjoy some you time tonight, but something feels off. Not in a bad way, but off in a familiar way, like someone just ripped a fat cloud of deja vu flavored vape directly into your face. Wasn't there a game like this recently? Yeah, you've definitely played this video game before.
Gonna turn him up a little bit.
This is a Homestuck character.
As evidenced by his sprite.
Yeah.
God damn it! I get one relaxing getaway a month and I have to spend it on a valued customer.
Yeah, this one seems sketchy. It's not like you haven't friended your fair share of dangerous individuals, but this guy looks like he might be the worst thing you've ever encountered. And yet, there's something alluring there, a sort of unhinged charisma that you can't quite place. You should be disturbed, but it's like he's too slippery for any negative traits to stick to. He's oily, like a snake.
Please, just get it over with. It's romantic date night, and I've got things to do.
You heard the puppet salesman. Okay,
So-
chat. Pick your poison.
What would you do?
We can play both versions of this route if people want to.
I know I want to.
I know you want to, Kyle.
Now's your chance, chat. Will you be a big shot?
Will you be a big shot? Or will you make good decisions today?
It is a good decision. The puppet will never steer me wrong.
We've got one vote for Kiss Spamton. We've got 1 vote for best song, best character, best stream. Oh, thank you, 11. Works
That is
very
a-
hard.
Date. All right, people want to go on a date night. Date start.
I want to go on a date night. Date night, huh? Who would have thought a greasy little virus man could find love? Well, half the internet could, at least.
That's right. It's a special evening. I was going to get them some free gift with your purchase of $50 or more, but then you showed up. Oh God, they're arriving. Do something.
You attempt a casual lean against a nearby grimy dumpster, the soothing sound of his hoarse, grating puppet voice compelling you to act. And then you see her. Oh yeah, this makes sense.
Oh God, sorry. Baby, you're early.
By my clock, I'm fashionably late. I'm sorry, she's British. Bampton, darling, what's wrong with this one? The poor thing looks like they've seen a ghost. Nothing, ma'am, your honor. You're just a little... Well, it's not your place to question, but... You're surprised to see a pair like us. Yeah? Don't have a cow, man. We get it all the time. But I'll tell you his secret. He makes me laugh.
I'm her right-hand arm.
My silly rabbit. Say, what if this one joins us? It's extended polycule night anyway.
Speaking of which, where's our third?
Sorry to keep you waiting. Yeah, this might as well be happening.
That's so much shit.
You know what? Whatever, yeah, absolutely. You'd love to join the polycule.
Oh, fuck.
Marvelous.
Congratulations.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's his famous line! Oh my god. Oh god. Oh sweet Jesus. I wasn't ready for it. Sam, you've outdone yourself.
Yeah, that's the last one I made, and I thought, this is what I did last night. People ask, Sam, will you stream Dawn of Sorrow for us? And I said, no, I've got important work to do.
No. Sam must do her work for the day. Can we please do the other route?
Yeah, of course.
Thank God.
Now you understand there's extended lore referenced in the other route. So now you'll understand it.
Thank God. All right, we're just gonna skip to the...
I can't believe they were so brave to put that in Hiveswap Friendsim.
I think it was a good move, though. I feel like it really elevated the work, but I know that a lot of the money had to be spent on licensing those characters and getting Sonic's catchphrase. You had to get Sonic's catchphrase in there, and that costs a lot of money. Sonic the Hedgehog!
Sonic the Hedgehog!
Alright, I'm gonna fucking run.
No. Absolutely not. You're not doing this. His bright red cheeks and fucked up little nose strike fear into your heart. You turn, and you run. And you keep running. Until something stops you. Whoa there, little buddy! Looks like someone's in a hurry. Oh, thank God, it's just Sonic the Hedgehog. From the sound of your internal monologue, you already know me. Good, I don't like to waste time. You see, the lore here is that you ran into him because he was on his way to extended polycule night.
Thank God we know now.
Yeah, Kyle, would you like to take over the narration?
Absolutely. Perfect. Yes. Brilliant. You tell Sonic that you'll cut to the chase. You have to make a friend, but the one that you got set up with is really freaking you out. Would he be interested in grabbing a chili dog with you?
When you put it that way, of course I would. My spontaneity and laid-back attitude are some of my most marketable features. I had some plans already, but I'm always down to chillax with a new friend.
You've sped-run the act of friendship, just as Sonic would have wanted.
Turn off the music.
Deadly fate! Friends, fight the fate. Lie in wait, Sonic Underground.
There's nothing stopping you from putting the entirety of the Sonic Underground theme song in Friendsim.
What are they gonna do? Copyright claim us?
They
They
might.
can try.
Does anyone care about this property anymore?
I do. I think about it every day.
Alright. I learned to code, and I learned to code to do this.
I think this is like I did 3 years of coding in university, and I think this was what it was all for. I haven't accomplished this yet, but this is. They made a vow, their mother will be found. Sorry, I want to get to that. Yeah, this was all what it was all for. All right, that was money, friend Sam. Thank you, legitimately, thank you, Sam. That was fucking wonderful.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's the height of my career. Fuck the Homestuck video. That's the greatest thing I've ever made.
This is the peak. All right, and then so that should be good on Discord now. Let me know if it isn't.
In that case, we've now gotten to the point where all of the characters are at ties.
Okay.
So we have a tie, a many ways tie between Diamond, Skyla, Remily, Wayne Hylix, Chahoot, Malik, Boldir, Kariko, Wanshi, Marvis, or Daria. I kind of want to do Marvis.
Oh, Marvis is very good. Marvis is a great route. Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
should
do a
definitely
goofy
do.
voice.
Oh, of course.
I'm gonna do a really shitty goofy voice if we play Marvis's route.
No, do the voice that you did when we first played. I really liked the voice you used the first time.
It's a bad Tasmanian devil impression.
Is that what it was?
I don't know.
But you
don't know
go
what
with
it was.
whatever the spirit compels. I think we do Marvis. I really like the Marvis route.
People like Marvis.
It's him. It's Marvis.
One person in the chat right now. Yep, there she
Yeah.
said it right.
All right, we're doing Marvis a
This
lot.
person would like Marvis.
Okay. All right, gamers, we're in. Hacked in. I'm in.
I almost put. Hold on. It's not showing up for me on Discord.
Oh, let me redo that. then.
Technical difficulties. Sonic would say it. Technical difficulties, folks.
As Sonic would say, Sonic the Hedgehog. All right, sweet. We did it. We did it. Okay, cool. So it should be good now. Now let's do Marvis. So you're gonna be doing Marvis. That means I'm narration. Hello.
I can see. Oh, can you not hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, sweet.
Perfect. All right, let's hop into it. No hesitation, no defeat. You crash landed on Alternia 16 long episodes ago, and sometimes you feel like you've been here forever. You've had many adventures and met many Alternians, some, all, none of whom have become your friends. But now, for some reason, you have a hunch that you're near the end of your Alternian travels. For one thing, you seem to be coming to the edge of the populated region that you've been walking through all the time you've been here. For another, the intense craving that has animated you throughout your journey feels like it might be waning. It's not quite gone, but it's like a diner who's stuffed himself to bursting, but is still seeking that last sweet morsel that will make his meal complete. You're still on the prowl for the very sweetest morsel of friendship. We're gonna do the clown. We're gonna do the big buff clown.
Time.
It's
Take
Clown
me to
Town.
Clown Town.
DJ Clown Town.
We'll
Clown
be back in the
Town.
mine with our pickaxe swing from side to side.
That's his song. He sings that. You find
That's
yourself
Marvis original.
You find yourself ambling down the road without any particular destination in mind. It seems like you don't have to do much active searching to land yourself in varying combinations of adventure and or disaster. Where will the vicissitudes of fate next lead you? Who knows? You walk for a while just like that. You've just about lost all hope of running into a wacky contrivance when your palm husk lights up with a delightful and or foreboding sound of friendship. Someone is calling you.
The call's coming from inside the house.
You're less excited to see that person is Zebra. It's not that you dislike Zebra, precisely, it's just that you might struggle to rank him above literally any other troll you've met, including the yellow guy who loves genocide. God, we should probably do that one at some point. But you're not about to leave a friend hanging. You dutifully answer the call. Oh, my good friend, you picked up. Awfully quickly, might I add. Keck. Yeah, you just love friendship. You ask Zebra why he's calling. Do I need a reason to call? Is the thrill of dialectic riposte not cause enough to make social contract with one of my most dearest adversaries / friend, or maybe more, depending on whatever you feel comfortable with and interested in at any given point in time? You've no idea how to even respond to that. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. I stand to incur material gain from my association. I need you to stay right where you are. Well, what are you gonna do? Hang up? You stand right where you are and stay online. You ask what Zebra is up to, but he won't say. Tells you he needs to concentrate. Eventually you notice a strange shape resolving in the distance down the road, drawing near slowly but steadily. After a while longer of waiting, the figure in the distance grows close enough for you to tell that it's Zebra. Oh, that's you say? It looks like he's riding on some kind of incredibly cursed hover Segway. Yeah, I'm coming, sweetie. You would say it maybe takes 15 minutes or so for him to make it over the entire way on his hover scoot. Oh, there you are. Impressed by my new ride?
The dulcet sounds of clown fucker.
This dude wants to fuck a clown. Oh, yeah, you say? You're very impressed. I knew you would be. I brought it out tonight because tonight is a very special night. Or it will be if you'd be so kind as to make me the happiest troll on Alternia. Is he, like, proposing to you? What? Never mind. You ask him what he's vague blogging about. What indeed? The real question of what is, what are you doing this evening? Well, it's not like you've ever had any plans to do anything besides stupidly bumble into one ludicrous boondoggle after another. Seems like whatever he's alluding to inviting you to probably fits the bill for being included in your long itinerary of unspecified dumbass bullshit you're bound to get embroiled in anyway. Fantastic. Well, it just so happens that I managed to get my hands on 2 tickets to Clownfest. Clownfest XX Rex. And I thought, who better to take along than my dearest alien associate of unspecified nature? You have no idea what Clownfest XX Rex is, but you're not off to a good start with the name. Oh, I should have known that you wouldn't be familiar with it. It's a little sophisticated for an off-world reprobate like yourself. It's a music festival centered around purple blood performers. Now, normally I wouldn't trifle with the high blood entertainment, disgustingly oppressive as it is, but when you think about it, aren't clowns the most disprivileged class of them all? You don't ask him to explain what he means by that, because everybody would be really angry reading it. Should we
Okay, gang.
toss our meaty moral body into the clown pit, or should we do something else that would sound less awful? Clowns or no clowns, folks? How do you feel?
One correct option. I fucking next live stream. I'm just giving the fool theory talk.
Just go for it. I would happily sign up for that. Clown
I like streaming.
classifications.
Perhaps
I like it
stream
too.
more.
No, I hate this, dude. It sucks.
I hate streaming. I'm actually chained to my desk right now.
Oh shit! Hot mic.
DDC producer says that if I don't stream, that I'm not eating.
Oh,
2 votes for clowns, 1 vote
people
for
want
something
clown.
else. I'm so sorry, 11, but this is a clown
Time
channel.
for clowns. And this is gonna be an interesting clown. I knew you'd be there for me. All right, let's go. Zebra invites you to hop onto the back of his scooter so that you can head out to Clownfest. You say you're not sure this is the most effective avenue of locomotion. Zebra tells you it's all the rage and not to be a little bitch about it. So, let me tell you a little about my plans for tonight. feels like the scooter is going even slower than it was when he arrived, now that
Everybody's in for the clown pit now.
now that it's struggling under the weight of 2 people. You see, my favorite rhyme juggler on the planet is going to be there tonight.
Rhyme juggler.
His name is Marvis Salato.
Marvis Salato.
You might have heard of him. He's pretty famous. You say you've never heard of him because you're an alien. Oh, right. Well, he's only the best in all of Alternia. He came up a few sweeps back when he won first place on Slam or Get Cold. Oh,
Wow.
Please tell me you at least know about Slam or Get Cold. You do not know about Slam or Get Cold. Well, it's a bi-sweeply reality program that's where aspiring slam poets compete to prove who has what it takes. It's really cutthroat stuff. I mean, I think there are at least 5 decapitations a season. The competition is all about skill. No matter the blood color of who is competing, or the troll who wins is the troll who has the nastiest flow or dopest bars. Everyone has an equal shot. I mean, sure, a high blood has won every season to date, but it's basic biology that clowns are better at rhyming than anyone else.
Yeah, that's basic biology. I'm a scientist, can confirm.
You've seen the charts, you know their rhyme
I've seen the
organs.
charts, I know the data.
These clowns got swollen rhyme organs. It's in their nose, that's why it's like that.
That's correct, actually. Rhymes come from the nose.
Even if high bloods were low bloods, that would still be true. That's equality. Yeah, makes sense. You think this is really progressive stuff he's saying. Where could he have possibly gotten so educated and smart? Oh, you
Gareth
flatter
says,
me.
Zebra having a collar on a regular or non-button-up shirt is killing me.
God, I
He's
hope.
our special little angel.
He's just a little guy, don't worry about it. Anyway, as you know, I'm deeply connected in the music industry. But because of oppressive hemospectrum standards, I'm afraid I'm only truly afforded downward mobility. The clown sphere is a real insular, close-knit community. But with the right hustle, I'm gonna break the glass ceiling. Marvis is the perfect troll to bring me into the fold. You say that this guy sounds pretty brutal. Are you sure you want to actually meet this clown? What, Marvis? Ha! I mean, sure, he does what he needs to survive in a rigidly ossified power system that could never be truly dismantled by the actions of a single individual. But that doesn't mean that he supports it. Contrary to what you might think, Marvis is a spectacularly subversive figure in the industry. If you listen to his music, really listen to it, you'll hear some borderline revolutionary stuff. I think he'd tear it all down if he could. I might have mentioned it, but being a clown is kind of woke. That's why I've always wanted to probe that think pan of his, really get to the bottom of his radical praxis and help spread his message of social reform to the masses. And you're gonna help me do it. And you gonna help us. After 4 hours of scooting and one excruciatingly detailed, unbroken account of the events of the past 3 seasons of Slam or Get Cold, you arrive at Clownfest XX Rex. The Clown Pit! Clownfest feels...
I feel so at home in the clown pit.
You were born in the Clown Pit, right?
I was made a man in the clown pit, and I am undone by the
Clown Pit. Clownfest feels more like a circus than your idea of a musical festival. In the distance,
there will be another clown pit down the road.
In the distance is a wide open field dotted with disorganized masses of people, all gathered before a nightmarish stage you presume to be the site of the evening's main event. The entrance to the festival grounds opens up into something of a parking lot, filled with whimsical tents and people selling various snacks and refreshments. You see a clown juggling what looks like at least 7 hot dogs. Absolutely ghoulish. You're glad Diamond isn't here to see this. Zebra brings you up to the gates, flashes your tickets, and gets your wristbanded and admitted to the festival grounds. Seems like there's still some time before the performance is slated to start. There are some spectators already gathered in the field, but those of the more privileged bloodcasts are lined up around the tents and in the lot to buy food and merchandise. While you walk around the festival grounds, you ask Zebra what exactly he has planned. What could you possibly do to get him in good with the clowns? Zebra takes it as an invitation to whisper conspiratorially in your ear. His breath is hot and heavy against your hearing canal. Here's my plan, my sweet little rust drop. We get in, wait for the show to start, and then when Marvis comes onto the stage, really gets into his act, you're gonna jump the barricade and rush the stage. Or at least you're gonna try. Of course, I'm gonna stop you. I'll tackle you before you make it to the stage, and I'll cull you right in front of Marvis and everybody. Oh, calm down. I'm trying to tear down the stereotypes that lowbloods are all simple-minded dullards, and you aren't doing your people any favors by reinforcing that cause for prejudice. Obviously, I'm not going to really kill you. You'll simply pretend to play dead after I've heroically foiled your black designs on Marvis. My actions will firmly place me within Marvis's Ashen Quadrant, so he'll have no choice but to recognize me. And then the clowns will see me for the hero I am, and praise me, and bring me backstage to reward me. It's really a flawless plan, my dear. If you just do what you're told, nothing will go wrong. Before you can proffer any critiques of this caper, the jovial clamor of chatting and revelry surrounding you is pierced by a rising chorus of blood-curdling shrieks. You whip around to ascertain the source of the dreadful sound, and it becomes quickly apparent that those were not screams of pain at all. You know what's up when Zebra joins in the ear-splitting squeals. That's him! It's the man of the hour himself. An expressively dressed juggalo is making his way through the crowd, flanked by a robust team of hulking indigo bloods. Every aspect of him telegraphs unimaginable celebrity. The purposefully disheveled yet fashionably fit of his clothes, the swagger of his step, the 10-man camera crew trailing behind him. He walks with a measured poise despite the chaos rising around him. Dozens and dozens of young trolls are flinging themselves at his entourage without any apparent concern for their safety. The bodyguards... Pardon?
This is your clown, Anna.
This is your clown. This clown was made for you. It's my whole... The bodyguards...
My clown is made for me.
It's my clown.
Marvis spaghettification.
Oh god. The bodyguards are roundhouse kicking the eager teens into the ground left and right like a bloody blender of adolescent aliens. It's pure carnage. He really knows how to draw a crowd, doesn't he? A minute ago, it was tough to truly grasp the hype, but after seeing him in person, you don't know what it is. But this swaggy clown has an undeniable gravitas that commands the attention of everyone around him. It's impossible to look anywhere else. Even the Alternian moonlight seems to endeavor to glint off his golden accoutrements twice as bright. But he's gone just as quickly as he arrived, up to the festival stage to set up his act. He leaves a bloody void in his wake. Zebra is bouncing around on the balls of his feet following the encounter. He clearly can't wait to get up into the pit, and to be honest, neither can you. What is it about a good clown that's utterly irresistible? Zebra takes you to the field spread out before the stage. There are thousands and thousands of trolls already standing around, ready for the show to start. From the looks of the crowd, it's a crowd in the back breaking down their tents. There have been some rustbloods camping out for days to secure their spots. But even those hard-won locations are much further to the back than where Zebra is leading you to. There aren't many high bloods here by comparison, so Zebra is able to take you to walk right in, muscle past the ceruleans, and grab a spot by the barricade within maybe 5 minutes to spare before the show starts. There's some roadies up on stage now, dashing around to finalize the equipment arrangements. Oh shoot! Did you remember to bring your concert diaper?
Truly unhinged dialogue.
Gonna let that one sit for a moment. Excuse you? Excuse me? Zebra turns to you with wide eyes. You're awfully close together now, boxed in by the swell of trolls pushing your bodies closer and closer to the stage. Your concert diaper. You don't actually know. You don't have a single clue about your concert diaper. You ask him if he's wearing his concert diaper. He pats the front of his pants, which are which you notice are looking a bit plumper than usual. Of course? You can't just come to one of these things without your concert diaper. Things in the pit can get pretty intense, bro, and you can't leave to use the load gaper after it starts. Man, you're really gonna regret not bringing your concert diaper. So is everyone around us. Ugh.
Hey Kyle, would you like me to take over the narration until Marvis shows up?
If you would like to.
Before you can even attempt to formulate a response to that, the crowd breaks into thunderous cheering. Your heart skips a beat as you look up, but of course, the clown who's clambering up to the center stage isn't him. Marvis is clearly too hot to blow up on the first act. All the same, people are really fired up over this raggedy juggalo. He seems like a serviceable clown, you suppose. He's got enough gold chains and is reasonably swaggy. He gets bumping, drops a few bars. It's fine, you guess, but he's not your clown. You know the moment you laid eyes on Marvis that he was the only clown your heart would ever be able to see again. Zebra leans into your ear and has to yell to be heard over the sound of music in the crowd.
Duh. I've never much liked Rapsta Slamsy's work, to be honest. Sure, the beats are produced well, but he has very insipid sense of lyricism. Trizza's clam this, Trizza's oh god, this is embarrassing. Indefatigable military might that. We get it, you want to harpoon the heiress. Who doesn't, honestly? But we don't need to hear about it all day.
Some 15 minutes of mildly provocative slams later, and old Slamsy is slinking off backstage. As soon as he's gone, a new jester takes the fore. If you wanted to get into the music, it proves difficult. Every new act they bring onto the stage is immediately followed by a hollering earful of Zebra's scathing critiques. You wonder why he's so fixated on getting in good with this gaggle of urban farceurs?
Mm-hmm.
If he thinks so little of their technical and artistic merits to begin with. As you stand, leaned sweatily against the barricade, you're starting to wonder if it's all worth it. Could the sight of a single rapping man really outweigh all the physical and psychic agony of waiting and standing and stewing in the heat of the pit? Will you have just endured nearly 3,000 words of hanging out with Zebra for something that will ultimately let you down? But as the penultimate clown trundles off the stage, the taste of the air changes. The lights on stage go dark, the booming sound system goes quiet, and a tremulous hush falls over the crowd. You feel your heart stop in silence. You know down in your bones that this is the moment you've been waiting for. From Sea Dweller to Rustblood, nobody moves. The sound of his light footsteps against the darkened stage could only be audible to someone as close as you. The anticipation swallows you whole. When the floodlights snap back on and illuminate his astounding figure center stage, you feel it. Though yet of modest stature, the lanky juggalo has the presence of a man 1,000,000 feet tall. He radiates a power of likes of which you've never felt. You feel him inside of you intimately, religiously, indelibly. Yes, this is it. This is your clown.
This is my clown.
And he opens his mouth to utter what feels like the most important words you've ever heard in your life. Hey. Kyle, if you would.
All hell breaks loose. Everyone is screaming around you. You grip tight on the barricade as you stare up at him, glowing, messianic. Arms outstretched to drink in the zealous fervor of the crowd, all incited by a single, incredibly powerful word. Hey, God, you'll never forget it.
What up, guys, lol? You jugs ready to cook?
You can't help it. You start screaming. You're so fucking ready.
Well, these buddies be baking beans. She is. And y'all forget your concert diapers because it's rank out there.
You feel racked by shame. How could you forget your concert diaper? You'll never be so foolish again.
Sight. I'ma freshen things up, you hear me?
Zebra takes hold of your hand and squeezes it tight. You appreciate the gesture. God, he's so fucking beautiful. You understand. You feel deeply, utterly devastated to know how far out of your grasp he is. Why would a man like that ever even look at you? There's no way someone so tremendous, so magnificent, so extravagant would waste his time offering his friendship to someone as insignificant as you. But as desolate as that feeling may be, you aren't ready to put him out of your life just yet. Maybe there are other ways you can be close to him. Listen to his music, follow him wherever he goes, dedicate your life to him. You want to know everything about him that you can. Maybe in this way you can honor him, befriend him in your own heart, if not his. Is a love one-sided any less beautiful? When the music at last starts to blast through the speakers, you ascend. The pain in your legs and your back disappears. You feel nothing. Your pussy and crack descend into euphoria. You feel nothing but streaming euphoria. You thank the forces of serendipity for guiding you to the glorious epiphany of this musical singularity. But the show's nothing to scoff at either. You, a highly discerning individual known to frequently make posts online regarding the quality of rap and whether or not those who purport to possess such ability do in fact have the requisite bars, are fully blown away by the act. It's some really good stuff. He's just really going in hard and hot with those raps. Not that intensity is the sole barometric of quality of hip-hop. The fire that Marvis is dropping is a broad contemporary performance that would equally satisfy any aficionado of any relevant subgenre. Not a single thing about him is even slightly racist. You're really starting to get into the zone when Zebra starts to scream in your ear again. You were already going deaf from the concert as it was. I think it's about time to get this show on the road, don't you?
Okay, gang, most important decision of your life. Do we go along with Zebra's cowardly and nefarious plan to scam your beloved clown, or do we... No fucking way.
What would you like to do, folks?
Scareth said, this sure is a real specific vibe, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
It sure is. The vibe is clown fucker. The song is also called Clown Fucker.
They knew what they were doing.
Please remember, Toby Fox worked on this song called Clown Fucker.
Toby Fox worked on a lot of things, like We're Having the Baby and The Baby's You.
Yeah. My favorite, as a Homestuck fan, my favorite hobby is reminding people of the unhinged shit Toby Fox has done, because I think that's his best work.
Mm-hmm. We gotta let the people know. You can never escape what you've done.
That sounds like a threat.
Maybe it is.
The vibes are rancid. No, they're not. The vibes smell like baked beans and and taste like clown pits. There will be a third option. You just have to find it.
Third option is to press X. Close the game immediately.
I want you to know, Scareth, if this makes you any happier, there is an option that will lead to Zebra dying.
You can make it happen if you believe. Bam, 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 boom, 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 bam. What do the people want?
They aren't ready for this clown's jelly. They smell like a concert diaper. Yeah, it's good that people brought their concert diapers. That's just being smart. That's just
that would
tactical
be.
thinking.
I hope that every stream we do, people have their concert diapers on. Their stream diapers.
I have my stream diaper on right now.
I got mine ready, so. First option, please.
I think first option then.
Yep. Thank you, Anna. All right, let's do it. Let's go along with the cowardly
Everybody
plan
agrees, first option.
Scam the clown.
Let's scam this clown.
Enraptured you may be with Marvis's magnificence. A promise is a promise, and you can't let Zebra down. You wait for the right moment and start to vault up over the barricade as quickly as you can manage. You clear the barrier and drop down into the gutter between the stage and the crowd. You're not sure where to go from here. You glance back towards Zebra for guidance, and the crowd has noticed what you're doing all right. The onlookers are swarming with rage at your insolence. Zebra makes his move. He starts to follow you up over the barricade, but things don't go as planned. Instead of heroically stopping you from making it to Marvis, Zebra is put upon from all sides by grasping claws. They don't recognize what Zebra is trying to do. They think he's just another conspirator trying to join you in your attempt at Marvis's life. You watch in stunned horror as the two trolls closest to Zebra take hold of each of his arms, dig their claws, and rip them off. And they don't stop there.
Zebra death moments.
You barely have time to process what's happening until another pair of trolls descend, helping to tear ruthlessly through Zebra's body. His screams don't even register over the booming of the sound system. Fountains of indigo blood spray hot into the humid air. The barricade on the ground and the ground all around you are drenched in your friend's gore. You're frozen where you stand, and in that arid gutter between heaven and hell. This isn't how it was supposed to go, is it? You feel the inevitable press of entropy closing in. The trolls in the audience see you, and they've already had a taste for blood. Your legs are as stiff as the rods in the carnage-caked trolls who make short work of your friend begin to vault over the barricade themselves. It seems pointless to run. You're stricken by a consuming sense of deja vu. You've made a mistake, and the universe is going to clean up your mess. The trolls drop down to the gutter with you and advance. You close your eyes and accept your fate. And then you feel yourself being wretched up onto the stage.
Yo, what's up?
You can't believe your eyes. Marvis, in all his majesty, has hoisted you up to safety on the grand stage. Grand Tour. He's beaming at you with the most beautiful smile you've ever seen in your whole life. This development has certainly given the bloodthirsty crowd pause. Marvis turns to them with an unfurling grin and shakes his head.
Y'all out there trying to kill my buddy. Sometimes I swear my fans are bigger clowns than I am, Lo.
His adoring legion seems to find that very funny. You're starting to realize you really should have brought your concert diaper after all.
Now seems like there's been a big misunderstanding. This just be one of my backup dancers. Hey, hit it, cuz. Show him what you got.
He's helping you? You can't say you understand, but you're not about to look a sexy, gorgeous gift clown in the mouth. If Marvis wants you to dance for your life, you'll dance. You start going to town, flossing, shooting, whatever the kids are doing these days. A real contemporary breakdown. The crowd goes wild. Things are really starting to look up for you until a deafening crack sounds through the air and the stage equipment starts to collapse. It all happens quickly. The bolts of all the stage scaffolding burst out of their settings, the lights catch fire, and one of the massive 100-foot screens behind the stage comes loose of its moorings. You'd have easily been pancaked by the huge screen if not for Marvis expertly clown-stepping you and himself out of the way. Half the crowd isn't so lucky. The big screen shatters when it hits the stage, raining a 100-foot area of trolls with vicious glass.
Cheers. Right when things were getting started.
But the sound equipment was all obliterated by the sudden collapse. No one can hear him but you. For a moment, your hero looks lost.
Man, you better bounce, cuz.
Marvis grabs you by your sweaty hand and runs. He takes you to safety into the performer's green room, which seems to be intact after the collapse of the stage, though the power's out. The room is filled with the clowns who'd performed earlier. They all look very confused and harried.
Things gonna be a madhouse out there for a while, so better to just lay low for a bit, and I bet we gotta go out there right now and we gonna get mobbed. Usually everybody be dead at the end of my concerts. I wouldn't make it out of there without having to pale with 100 teens otherwise. 1,000 teens, rather.
You're a little rattled, to say the least. Marvis takes a good look at you.
Fuck, man. You shit yourself?
Oh no! You start to cry! You didn't bring your concert diaper.
Oh man, it's alright, don't cry. Look, you're hardly the first buddy to ever shiz themselves at one of my concerts. I'm used to the smell. TBH, it's comforting.
You sniffle and say, really? You wouldn't want to bring even the slightest inconvenience to his wonderful life.
Yeah, I'll let it cook.
Ugh.
Bring it in, Broheim. Broheim?
I think
Brohime.
Brohime. You bring it in. The two of you share a nice,
Brohime
malodorous hug. It's hard for you to understand what's going on. Why did Marvis save you anyway?
So you was hanging out with that blue bro who's always trying to get his snuff shoot. Been up me and my jugs chisholes. And then you trying to make me a real run for me. Gotta say, that's brave. Gotta ask a buddy where they got all the bulges rods to try to put a stunt like that. Respect. Scarith says rancid. Correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Oh, well, it wasn't really much of a stunt. You were just going along with your friend's ludicrous plan to try and scam him into a friendship under false pretenses. But it was a really bad plan, and your friend was killed on the spot immediately. And now you're pretty sure you're cosmically fated to die due to making a non-canonical decision.
What do you mean non-canonical? How would this be canon, fam? What can it even mean to be non-canonical within the context of an inherently extra-canonical framework? Skeet skeet rap.
Sorry. You're not sure, but you definitely have the sense that some of the decisions within the simulation carry greater values of truth and relevance than others, and that the linear progression of events is rigorously enforced by an obligate narrative flow that privileges those actions which most smoothly facilitate the design of the story's architect.
Sure, you can hear that noise that way. But I'd say you the architect of your own fate.
Inspiring a sermon as Marvis may be spitting, his wise pontifications are interrupted when a clown in the back of the green room knocks over the water cooler. This gets the other clown who is talking to him really pissed, and they start duking it out. It starts a chain reaction that pulls all the other Highbloods into a whirling blade pitcher of clown carnage.
Man, what the fuck is going on?
It's like you said. You made a mistake, and the essence of the timeline won't reset until it's put things right. You can feel that it's happened before, and it'll happen again.
Well, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Come on, Troll Nostradamus, let's skeet scoot.
Even as the inescapability of your demise consumes you, you can't bring yourself to deny him. You follow him out of the green room, fleeing before the clown fight can put you in and grind you to bits. Out here, you're the one who has to help Marvis. In the open air, it's an unending procession of teens QuickTime events. Some of them are carrying buckets. Ugh. You just need to keep punching them out until you finally make it to his rich guy clown limo. To ride in a clown limo. The driver's nowhere to be seen, so Marvis gets behind the wheel and you hightail it out of there. You stick your head out the window and look back. There's a nasty storm brewing in the distance.
I know somewhere we'll be safe.
You make sure to secure your seatbelt. After dodging at least 3 fallen trees, a wayward deer looses, and a lightning strike that blasts the hood of the vehicle right off, Marvis brings you to Clown Church. You can't say this is the place. This place was high on the list of venues you wanted to visit again, but this thing has a fucking budget.
Whatever bullshit's power that's coming after you will have no reach here. This be hallowed ground, biznatch.
Marvis leaves the limo on the lawn of the church, and you both hurry out just in time, because it explodes not 2 seconds after you're out the door. By instinct, Marvis shields you from the fiery blast with his body. That's good. Oh no! Marvis, no, you beautiful soul! You're destroyed by guilt. How could someone so tremendous bring themselves to such harm for someone so meaningless as you? You drag Marvis's burn-scorched body into Clown Church, and you collapse as soon as you're past the threshold. You start weeping.
Jeez, fam. I ain't dead, just a little toasty. You ain't gotta cry about it, goddamn.
Oh, okay. You help him up and bolt the door behind you. He was right. You do feel safe here. Nothing is collapsing, nobody's being stricken with a hysterical urge to start a fight, and there's not even a single fire happening anywhere.
The mirth fires be protecting us, buddy. Stay frosty, eh?
You help Marvis over to sit down in one of the pews. You settle in next to him and gaze up at the imposing architecture. It's not all so bad. There's a beauty there. A beauty in being a clown, too, you're starting to see. Maybe you're even starting to believe? You turn to look at Marvis, and his face is ashen and slick with sweat.
Think that dip in the grill I had hurt a bit more than I thought.
Your heart drops in your chest. You ask if he's gonna be alright.
As long as we stay in here. We ain't.
But can you really stay inside Clown Church forever? You know down to your bones that even if you do, it doesn't matter. It's something about the air. You can't really describe it. Everything just starts to press down, 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 like you and everything around you is sinking implacably into the earth. But the ground is coming up to meet you too. You start to perspire. The pressure leaves you weak. You slump against Marvis's shoulder. You feel so insubstantial, like the entire concept of your existence is struggling to erase itself. You know this isn't something you can fight.
Giving up just like that. What, are you giving up just like that? Would probably be more how it's meant.
You don't know what else you can do. This isn't how things were supposed to go. This isn't how things can be. You can't exist like this.
That depends on what you mean to exist, fam. Depending on how you look at it, every branch of the timeline be fundamental to the metatextual structure of the essence of existence itself. Even an incident that falls outside of the strict confines of canonical continuity contributes to a meta consciousness that you be built by, and could even be said to be, at its most essential level, defined primarily by the extratextual exchange of interpretation by those who observe it. Each path a translucent figment, deviamurin or distorted by magnifying certain aspects of the ultimate reality, folds itself indivisibly into a fabric of that reality. Self immeasurable and intangible, but the space it once occupied, indelible. The observation of irreality can still inform how reality is to be interpreted, even if that irreality doesn't satisfy even a cursory standard of legitimacy. And the act of contravening continuity can in itself provide definition to that very integrity it defiles. Even if what's going on down here can't be said to be true, that doesn't mean we are meaningless. Turn up.
You don't know about all that, but you tell Marvis you're glad he's here with you. Marvis smiles and puts his arm around your shoulders. In spite of it all, he makes you feel real. You stare into the effervescent panes of clown glass as they shift and scintillate in your vision. Things are coming apart at the seams. Subatomic concepts scream from the insides of your ears, and the infinity of pure dimension blossoms between the tenuous threads holding the essence of your being together. The terminality of paradox space reaches into you from the inside out and takes hold of reality in its inescapable grasp. Continuity inverts and cascades into a cataclysmic fractal. What happens will happen, and what can't must not. And no measure of hubris from man or god or clown can stymie the cosmic imposition of truth. You close your eyes for just a moment, but when you open them again, there's nothing to see at all. So this is why you should always bring your concert diaper.
Yeah, if you'd brought your concert diaper, this wouldn't have happened.
You just can't shit your pants at a concert, because this will happen to you. Let this be a lesson to everybody watching.
Things we've learned tonight. Never do anything good for other people unless you stand to gain from it, and never forget your concert diaper.
And don't forget Sonic's famous line, Sonic the Hedgehog!
Sonic the Hedgehog! I think maybe we have time for one more short one. Do we want to do the last special bonus content?
I was gonna say I think it would be good for us to end on the last of Sam's special DLCs that she found in a dumpster outside of a local Denny's.
They were sold to me by a strange, sketchy businessman with a long nose who was dating Bayonetta and Sonic.
I love it.
See, the hidden lore there is that Big Weld is also part of the polycule.
Oh, but he just wasn't there because he was, like, at a business meeting or something.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to... I was not willing to figure out how to fit more than 3 people onto the screen.
You know what? I think that was for the best. All right, so I'm just gonna load up the special DLC pack here. I gotta put my expansion pack in to the N64 that I've been playing on this entire time. So
Name's
just
name
one
correct.
moment.
If you brought your concert diaper, we wouldn't have ended up in a time paradox.
Yep. All right. So can you see it on your end, Sam?
I can see it on my end.
Perfect. And now I'm gonna put it on the thing for the viewers. Whoa, viewer, nice. All right, let's transition. All right, perfect. So everybody's good. Everybody can see things.
You might want to turn down the volume a little bit. They tend to run
Ooh.
loud.
Good. Thank you for reminding me, because I always forget. Spoop, spoop, spoop. Perfect.
There's no voice or sound.
Do I do narration in this one?
Yeah, sure.
Makes the most amount of sense to me. All right, perfect. Let's hop right into whatever this is. I have no idea. This is the DLC I found. Another day, another detour. An underground detour in this case. Your escapades took you a bit too far from your friends' homes and at an hour a bit too close to sunrise. With nowhere else to go, you hid from the dawn's deadly rays in a conveniently placed cave. Wait a minute. Where is this? This is no brooding cavern, nor is it a torture dungeon. The latter of which you've only seen 2 of, but it's weird that it happened twice. Wayne Hylix?
Wayne Hylix.
Wayne Hylix. Real.
You. Did you...
You wait, transfixed. What word of wisdom is the Moon Man about to bestow upon you? What drippings of cosmic grace will he slide into the folds of your gray matter?
Did you know that the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV has a free trial and includes the entirety of A Realm Reborn and the award-winning Heavensward expansion up to level 60 with no restrictions on playtime?
Oh! That's not... Well, it wasn't exactly what you were expecting, but it's alright. You can handle this. You're a gamer? Hey, Chad, are you guys gamers?
Chat, are you gamers? At least one person in the chat plays Final Fantasy.
Will you lie, or will you tell them that you're a mobile gamer?
We need to take our stats into account.
We got, look at your stats, read off your stat checks, and then we'll go. Then we'll tell our special guy.
This is now an RPG. These vibes are peerless. We've scrubbed free the Marvis vibes.
There was a lot of rancid vibe.
We've got 1 vote for top games, 1 vote for puzzle games.
Ooh.
God, I love this song. I love Xeno Arcadia.
Who's gonna be our tiebreaker?
We need a tiebreaker.
Do we talk about Final Fantasy, or do we talk about puzzle games?
Which do you know more about, Kyle?
I definitely know more about puzzle games. Are you kidding me? I've never played Final Fantasy 14. I've barely played Final Fantasy 7.
As reader, but are you... Tell me, 11, do you want to lie about playing Final Fantasy, or do you want to tell him you've played puzzle games? Deception check!
Alright. That's enough for me. Time to deceive. Oh, yeah, you know all about Final Fantasy 14. You've been playing it since it came out, you tell him. This is, of course, a bold-faced lie. So you roll your silly little d20 and add your modifier, and that is not good. Wayne is eyeing you suspiciously, apparently unconvinced of your total mastery of the hit MMO.
Word. What job have you been playing?
Job? Yeah, job. You've been working as a mage, brewing potions and reading books and stuff.
What kind of mage?
The kind with a magic wand?
Huh. Buddy, if you don't play the game, just tell me that. Don't waste my time.
But you were just trying to...
Nah. None of that. Dude, you don't need to pander so much to others to make yourself likable. Trust that what you have got to offer is enough. You're a child of this universe and you've got inherent worth. The authentic and real you is the one people in your life cherish the most. Let that be what you put forward.
Man, you didn't realize how much you needed that. You spent so much time chasing the approval of others that you forgot whose approval was most important. Your own. You thank the Moon Man and ask what that most essential of questions. Does this make you and him friends? He gives you a neutral look of disappointment.
Not playing the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV I can forgive. But lying to me about it? You want me to look past that?
You nod?
Sorry, that's just not my gamer way.
Huh. You swear that you hear him utter a faint "believe it" before turning and skulking down another mushy corridor, leaving you stranded in this hellhole. Why he's so thick, though? Can we get to be his friend?
What?
Can we be his friend?
If you want to play the other route, go for it. If you want to talk about puzzle games, go for it.
I need to be his friend now. All right, let's get to it.
You have to go with his gamer way.
I have to learn his gamer way. Huh. You tell Wayne that MMORPGs have always been a bit big for you. What you really like is a nice brain teaser to curl up with.
Oh, gotcha. I can dig it.
Yes. Hell yes.
You like Professor Layton?
You tell Wayne you've dabbled, but your heart really lies in the classics. Tetris 99. That's right, Tetris is your main squeeze. Most recently, Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Damn, for real?
The Moon Man cracks a small grin. That might be the first time he's shown any emotion since you've met. It's a shame there's no alternative sprite for that.
So which do you play, Puyo Puyo or Tetris?
You tell him it depends. A decent Puyo Puyo player can wipe the floor with most Tetris players, but a great Tetris player can swiftly destroy anyone. So you tend towards Puyo Puyo, but you've tried to make an effort to hone your Tetris skills.
Well, you're in luck then. I'm something of a Tetris master myself.
Oh, jeez. You're not sure if you're quite ready to get your ass beat in video games today.
Nah, I'm not here to flex. I meant I could give you some pointers.
He whips out an Animal Crossing themed Nintendo Switch as he says this.
You down?
Oh, you are so down. Yes, yes, yes! What a win for gamers everywhere.
A win for gamers.
Jesus H. Christ. That was wonderful. I gotta say, I loved every single one of these special DLC packs that we found that were totally original and part of the game.
Yeah, this was actually special DLC that Homestuck itself gave to me.
It's true.
I unlocked it by reading Homestuck. So good.
So everybody who's watching, if you could please, either in the chat or just to yourself in your room or wherever you're watching from, please give a round of applause to our very talented coder Sam for putting together these 3 routes.
Thank you. I wouldn't call it talented. Last night I broke the entire code for the Spamton one at one point.
Listen, okay, if Ralph can break the internet, you can break the code.
You're right. You're right. Wreck-It Ralph is my my icon.
Your coder,
my waifu, my
your
bias.
coder girlfriend.
My coder, yeah, Wreck-It Ralph is my coder girlfriend.
And as we all know, in Wreck-It Ralph 2, Sonic does say his famous line, which is...
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Exactly. I'm so glad that you have it memorized now. I'm thinking of getting it tattooed across my chest.
Yeah, I got an ankle tattoo of it. I'm glad that leaves us with 3 different lessons. We learned never do anything nice for people unless it benefits you. Always remember your concert diaper, and the most authentic you is the one that people cherish most. Put that forward.
One of those is a real lesson.
Yeah, it's the concert diaper one.
Exactly. That's the one that you always have to keep in mind. I mean, if you don't just wear your diaper everywhere you go, then you're a fool. But yeah, this has been an absolute joy, and again, to be a little bit serious, thank you guys for like watching and supporting these videos. This has been like an absolutely wild couple years, and I'm just very truly honestly blessed to be here and to have this YouTube channel with my good friend Sam. So thank you guys, and we're just gonna keep putting out videos. We're just gonna keep doing what we're doing, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you guys so much, both, especially like friends in the chat right now. Thank you guys for always supporting me.
It's always appreciated. Always appreciated to see that support. And yeah, thank you guys for coming to the stream tonight. This was a really fun one, and if you guys want to see like more weird shit like this, then by all means, please tell us.
The rule of DDC streams is that they have to get really stupid.
Yeah, absolutely.
We
We
will never do
legally
it.
have to.
We were talking about doing this stream. We were like, I guess we can do Hiveswap Friendsim. We got not a lot of new like Homestuck people in the audience recently, and it just didn't sit right. So I was like, we need to do something to make it stupid. And then I coded 3 stupid Friendsams.
You made it epic. You made it open
I made
epic
it-
style.
Made us some epic gamer moments.
And they were pretty fucking epic. So, thank you
Maybe
all.
I'll make a serious
and-
one at some point.
Hey man,
I've
if
always
you-
wanted to make like an actual D&D Friendsim.
I think that would be pretty good. And now you have the means. You have the
Now I
means of the
have the
memes.
means. I still don't know how. I still haven't learned how to make the GUI look right.
Yeah,
Gooey.
it's semi close. I liked it. So all that to be said, thank you guys, and I guess this is where we call it. This is the end of the line for us.
Yeah.
There's a large locomotive that's been barreling down the track ever since we started,
And this is where the track ends and we crash into the ocean.
we've run as far as we can go, and now the train's heading for us. So
Ooh, 11 says the Spamton one is my favorite. 11, Spamton one was my favorite too.
I really like the Spamton one. I liked all of them. Spamton was very good though. So yeah, thank you guys, and we hope you have a really wonderful night.
Yeah, have a good rest of your weekend, guys. Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Thank you for staying. Thank you for watching the show.
Thank you for watching the show.